Hello and welcome to Red Wilson Field for Cape Cod League Baseball on Orleans Firebirds Radio Network. I'm Carlo Jimenez alongside my partner Gareth Kwok, and today we bring you the 2-2 Orleans Firebirds as they take on the 2-1 Yarmouth Dennis Red Sox. The Whitey Red Sox are coming off an embarrassing 16-5 loss to the Cotuit Kettleers yesterday. Whitey has dropped 2 in a row, giving up a total of 23 runs in the last 2 games. The Red Sox are looking to end the slide and are going against the team they have dominated under Scott Pickler in Orleans. On the other side, the Orleans Firebirds could not find the offense in a 4-2 loss at Wareham last night. The Wareham Gatemen no-hit the Firebirds through 6 innings as Orleans offense struggled again this season, now hitting just .213 on the summer. They will look to get hot against a struggling Red Sox staff tonight. It's 2 teams trying to get back in the win column as the rivalry between Scott Pickler and Kelly Nicholson kicks off for 2021. The Orleans Firebirds take on the YD Red Sox coming up next. Well, Carlo Jimenez alongside Gareth Kwok, happy to be here. Let's toss it to our sideline reporter, Noah Searson, for the keys to this one. Let's try them again. Let's go to Noah Searson, our sideline reporter. When you got us, go ahead and give us the keys to the game. We're going to go give this one more try. Noah Searson, if you can hear us, go ahead.
Yeah, I got you guys now. A little technical snafu there, but I got a couple players to watch this one. On the YD side, it's all about Brooks Lee. The shortstop for the Red Sox is nothing short of an absolute stud. Already has 7 hits on the year. That's tied for the league lead. And as Brad Klein, I talked to him a bit before the game, the play-by-play announcer said that he'll definitely play in the MLB. He's got no doubt. On the other side for Orleans, it's all about Chase DeLauder. He's been a little slow, but look for him to hit one out tonight. In BP, he actually hit 3 in a row out, and it's a short center field 352. That's what I got, guys. I'll send it back to you in the booth.
And we will now have the national anthem and then bring you the lineups for this one. A beautiful rendition of our national anthem, and now let's get the lineups for the visitors, your Orleans Firebirds. Starting things off, it'll be the sophomore out of UCSB, Jordan Sprinkle. Behind him, DHing today, Rylan Thomas, the sophomore out of the University of Southern California. And then another West Coast guy, Connor Cox out of Long Beach State. After him, cleaning up will be Jace Young out of Texas Tech, Tyler Locklear, sophomore out of ECU, and Chase DeLauder, the rising sophomore out of JMU. To clean things up in the 7, 8, 9 spots, Jared McKenzie, the sophomore out of Baylor, Julio Marcano in the 8 hole, setting up Justin McNiss, the junior out of Kent State. On the mound for this YD Red Sox team will be the big righty Pat Gallagher. Gallagher, you're going to see a lot of fastball changeup. He's got high spin rate on that fastball, and he likes to attack the bottom of the zone, getting his first start for this YD staff. And in the outfield for Yarmouth Dennis, it will be Smith in left, Williams in center, Knight in right. Across the infield, Graham will be at third, Lee at short, Ferreris at second, and Luttrell down the first base line at first, and Hunter behind the plate putting down the sides. YD in the home white uniforms with the logo of the Cape on the left side of the uni, the Sox logo on top of that. They have the black numbers on the back outlined in red and a red stripe down the side of the pants. Meanwhile, for the Firebirds, it's the HDMH camo uniforms today, Gareth, with the black numbers outlined in white on the back, the white pants. And thanks to Marcus Stroman, another great uniform combination in this one. Gareth, before we get first pitch, as Jordan Sprinkle walks to the plate, big key for the Firebirds in this one.
Well, I think we talked about it even with assistant coach Jay Banfield. We were even playing a little bit of over-under about the long ball and how Orleans hasn't been able to get it going since that first game where Marcano and DeLauder hit 2 home runs. Can they get the bats going? It's a short outfield. Again, our Noah Searson talking about it, 352 to straightaway center field. That is super shallow. So for some of these power bats, this could certainly work out in their favor, and maybe we might see some balls go over the fence tonight.
Well, we'll start with a right-handed batter, Jordan Sprinkle, to open things up for the Firebirds. First pitch. Punts the bunt down, pulls it back, and he takes a ball low. Sprinkle scoring the only run for a while in yesterday's contest against Wareham. Was able to steal 2 bases and take a walk. 1-0. Checks his swing and takes a strike. And the count, 1 ball, 1 strike to him. Sprinkle 2 for 13 on the year, but does have 5 runs. So when he gets aboard, Firebirds are doing a good job of bringing their leadoff man home. Wind blowing out to left here at Red Wilson. 1-1. Downstairs, 2 balls and a strike to Jordan Sprinkle. The wind really blowing out strong to left. Starting at 5 o'clock because there's no lights. And an overcast day here in South Dennis. 2-1. Swinging a line shot right at the third baseman, Graham. Lunges to his right, makes the catch, and there's one away.
That ball hit right on the screws, right on the sweet spot there from Jordan Sprinkle. Guys are still trying to get a feel for wood bats. Right there, Sprinkle with a line shot, but Graham perfectly positioned just a couple feet off third base to make the snare.
So it'll be the left-handed batter, Rylan Thomas, with the bases empty and 1 out. Top of the first, just getting going, no score, first pitch. Thomas swings at the first pitch he sees, grounds it to the right side of the infield. Ferreris charging, the second baseman, underhand flip to first in time. And down goes Rylan Thomas. And an opportunity for Pat Gallagher to have an awfully quick top of the first inning, as up comes Connor Cox. Right-handed batter Cox, 5 for 13 with a pair of RBIs so far in this young season. Like we mentioned, 352 to center, 330 down the line. A small field here at Red Wilson. Opening offering to Cox. And he watches the ball go by him for a strike. And the count, no balls, 1 strike. Yesterday, Connor was 2 for 4 with a double and an RBI. His double coming off fellow dirtbag pitcher. 0-1. And he swings and lines one right at third, and another snare by Graham. Firebirds get hard contact, but it's right at the glove of the third baseman, Peyton Graham, and that will do it for the top of the first. 3 up, 3 down, and Red Wilson will head to the bottom of the inning. No score between Orleans and YD.
And fans, tonight's broadcast is sponsored by Mosquito Mary's. The Cape Cod Baseball League would like to welcome our new sponsor, Mosquito Mary's, a locally owned family-operated business that provides all-natural mosquito and tick control services. Call 866-ASK-MARY or go to mosquitomarys.com. Mention the Cape Cod Baseball League and get your first treatment for only $29 at Mosquito Mary's. And tonight's broadcast is also sponsored by Coca-Cola. Cape Cod Coca-Cola thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League and for refreshing yourself with ice-cold Coca-Cola products. We offer over 400 different beverage choices on Cape Cod to quench every thirst, and more than 150 of those are low or no-calorie options.
Thank you so much, Gareth. Really appreciate it. Bottom of the first inning, no score between Orleans and YD. And for the first time this season, we will see the right-hander Donovan Benoit. Benoit, a rising senior and of Tulane, a temporary player on the Orleans roster, but a returning Firebird. Played in 2019 with Orleans, went 5 2/3, did not give up a run. This past season at Tulane had a 5.64 ERA in 59 innings of work, but he finished the season strong, went 4 1/3 in the AAC Conference Championship and struck out 9, surrendering just 1 run. So he'll try to continue that momentum into this one. Gallagher, you'll see a low 3/4 arm spot. That fastball tops out around 91. He'll throw a slider as well. That's about low 80s, and then a changeup mid 80s. Got really quick feet, and he is going to hunt for elevation. Likes to attack the top of the zone against hitters. 2 pitches left on his warm-up, and he'll face Peyton Graham. We'll get to the lineup for the YD Red Sox. First will be Peyton Graham, then Briley Knight. Brooks Lee, the sophomore out of Cal Poly. Remember that name when you're watching the draft in a couple of years. Trace Lachelle, the junior out of Long Beach State. Nathan Baez, sophomore out of ASU. Pascanel Ferreris, sophomore out of Western Carolina. Kate Hunter, sophomore out of Virginia Tech. 8-spot Tyler Williams, the junior out of Arkansas Little Rock. And Tanner Smith, the junior out of Oregon. So to open things up, it will be Peyton Graham leading things off for the YD Red Sox. Graham, 7 for 18 this year. He has been terrific for YD. Right-handed batter looks on, and the first pitch misses inside. And the count 1 ball and no strikes from Benoit to Graham. Graham 2 hits in yesterday's 16-5 loss against Cotuit. 1-0. And that one hit him on the left elbow pad, right where that padding is. And he'll jog down to first. Benoit nails Graham, the first batter of the ball game, and YD a runner aboard. Quickly, let's get you the defense for Orleans. McKenzie in left today. Cox in center, Delauder in right. Locklear will be at third, Sprinkle at short. Young at second, Marcano playing first base, and McNiss behind the plate, putting down the signs for Donovan Benoit. So with 1 on and nobody out, left-handed batter Briley Knight digs in. No score between Orleans and YD. Bottom of the first at Red Wilson. First pitch, runner goes, swinging a ground ball back towards the pitcher Benoit. He looks at second, underhand flips to first, and there's 1 away. So Benoit turning his head, eyeing the running Graham, who takes second base on the hit and run. Briley Knight gets the contact that YD was looking for, and a runner in scoring position with 1 out for Brooks Lee.
Now it looked like they had the runner in motion going there, not wasting any time, trying to protect the double play against the double play, and they certainly did that. And it sets up a pretty good opportunity for Brooks Lee, arguably the best shortstop in college baseball.
Lee, the switch hitter, batting on the left side this time. It's been good this year, 7 for 19, but in talking with the YD broadcasters before the game, they said he just hasn't had opportunities with guys on. And here's one in the bottom of the first. First pitch to him. And he swings and grounds one up the middle. Shortstop Sprinkle to his right. He gloves it belt high. Long throw to first in plenty of time. The sure glove of Jordan Sprinkle retires Brooks Lee. On to third goes Peyton Graham. And Donovan Benoit, after hitting Graham 2 quick outs, and he'll face the cleanup man, Chase Luttrell.
The first baseman, Chase.
Yeah, off the bat, that had some serious spin on it. Sprinkle kind of had to play that on the long hop and had to get rid of it quickly due to how well Lee gets up the line. Good play again from the sure-handed shortstop, Jordan Sprinkle.
So Luttrell, another Long Beach State dirtbag player, rising junior, was first team all-conference in the Big West as he tries to bring the runner Peyton Graham home from third. Opening offering. Off the outside from Benoit, and the count 1 ball and no strikes. Trees out in center field, swaying back and forth because of the wind. Another overcast day. They seem to just find us. One in Wareham yesterday. Here in YD today, well, a 1-0. Swinging a foul straight back to the screen. Should say the chain link fence here at Merrill Red Wilson Field. And the count 1 ball, 1 strike. Graham was hit by a pitch. He went to second on a ground out by Knight, went to third on a ground out by Brooks Lee. He's now 90 feet away as the YD Red Sox try to draw first blood at home. Looking to end a 2-game losing streak early in the season. Benoit, 1-1. Strike at the top of the zone. And the count 1 ball and 2 strikes to Chase Luttrell.
Interesting how Luttrell, he was showing bunt on that pitch too, with 2 outs and a runner on third. I'm not sure if he really has any intention of laying down the bunt, but just maybe catching the pitcher Benoit off guard.
Sure, Orleans would be fine with him putting a bunt down. No score, bottom 1. 1-2. And he swings and cranks one foul over towards the dugout of YD and back behind the fans. There's a small hill down the left field line behind some bleachers. And right in front of that is the dugout. Behind us is the snack shack and some more seats. And as always, behind home plate are all the scouts. 2 outs, runner at third, bottom of the first. YD and Orleans at Red Wilson Field facing off for the first time this season. 1-2. In the dirt, gets away from Mickness. Coming home is Luttrell as that ball skips to the backstop. And YD brings a run across on a wild pitch by Donovan Benoit. 1-0 Red Sox over the Firebirds in the bottom of the first.
One thing to note, Carlo, is with this chain link fence as a backstop, it's not a rubber backstop or a concrete wall that's going to really carry him back to the catcher. It's going to die as soon as it hits that chain link fence. So if there's a wild pitch, certainly the base runner is easily going to take 90 feet. No chance for a carry him back to the catcher.
Base is cleared now after the run comes home. 2 outs. Here's the 2-2. Luttrell swings and misses. Ball in the dirt. Mickness able to pick it up. He lobs to first, and Marcano is there. A hit by pitch. Graham reaches third on a pair of groundouts and comes home on a wild pitch, an odd run, but YD is on the board after an inning. It's 1-0 Red Sox as we head to the top of the second here at Merrill Red Wilson Field.
Hi, I'm Steve Anzoni, owner of Fairway Financial and Cape Cod's Retirement Income Specialist. If you want to hit a home run with your retirement income plan, schedule a time to meet with me today.
Get more details at fairwayfinancial.net. That's fairwayfinancial.net.
Welcome back to Red Wilson Field. Carlo Jimenez alongside Gareth Kwok. Top of the second inning coming up. Orleans Firebirds and the YD Red Sox. And it will be the left-handed batter, Jace Young, to open things up. Young, Locklear, DeLauder, the 3 heavy hitters in this Orleans lineup, Gareth, that have really underperformed this year. Only hitting 184 as a group.
Yeah, it's still early. Guys are still trying to get a feel for the wood bat, but also a lot of strikeouts from Young. He's got 5 so far.
First pitch to Young is in the dirt. Bounces back to the chain link fence. And the count 1 ball and no strikes. Chase 3 for 16 on the year. 4 RBIs, but has struck out 5 times. 1-0. And he takes a fastball at the knees for a strike. And the count 1 ball and 1 strike to him. Young against Wareham yesterday, 0 for 4. Did have an RBI ground out. Limited time here in Orleans. He's headed to Team USA. 1-1. And he swings and misses at a high fastball. And the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Gallagher changing heights on that fastball, able to get the swing and the miss. Base is empty. YD leads Orleans 1-0. Top 2, 1-2. High. Count evens out. 2 balls, 2 strikes. YD getting a run in the bottom of the first after a hit by pitch. Couple of ground outs and a wild pitch. Gallagher kicks high, 2-2 to the plate. And Young fights it off, fouls it down the left field line. We'll try it again, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, Gallagher is he's kind of hiding that ball right along his right hip before he releases. And I'm sure in the box it can be a little bit tough picking him up for the first time.
2-2. Young checks his swing and he goes around. And there's the first out of the top of the second. Jace strikes out. And up comes Tyler Locklear, who had yesterday off, with 1 out and the bases empty and a 1-0 game. Advantage YD. Locklear 2 for 10 on the year with 3 RBIs. Opening offering. Off the outside to the right-handed batter. And the count 1 ball and no strikes. Fans starting to fill in the hill out in left center, just underneath the trees. 1-0. On the bottom of the zone. And the count 1 ball, 1 strike. An overcast day starting at 5 because there's no lights. And the 1-1 skips in kind of the same feeling to yesterday's ball game in Wareham, Garrett. And we're just lack of energy to open up the game.
It's the overcast day. It's quite muggy out today at South Yarmouth, and it's been like this for the last couple of days.
2-1. Swing and a miss. And the count 2 balls and 2 strikes to Locklear.
Good changeup by Gallagher, and Locklear's head was way out in front. It veered off toward the left field line. He was way out in front.
Gallagher working quickly. YD 1, Orleans nothing. Top 2. 2-2. And another wave and another strikeout in this second inning. Young and Locklear strike out. And up comes Chase DeLauder. A left-handed batter with the bases empty and 2 gone in the top of the second. Gallagher's got his stuff going here early. First pitch to DeLauder. Strike on the outside part of the zone. Coming into this one, Gallagher's numbers, not somebody who jumped off the page. 4.44 ERA at UConn. 52 2/3. 0-1. Misses high. 1 ball, 1 strike. He's actually going to be celebrating his 21st birthday on Wednesday, is Pat Gallagher. 1-1. Swing and a miss. On a breaking ball, DeLauder fooled by that pitch, and the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Base is empty, 2 gone, top of the second. YD 1, Orleans nothing. Here at Merrill Red Wilson Field. 1-2 home. Strike 3 on the outside. 1-2-3. Pat Gallagher strikes out the side, and he gets the most dangerous hitters in the Orleans lineup. We'll head to the bottom of the second inning. It's YD 1, Orleans nothing here at Red Wilson Field.
And fans, tonight's broadcast, the Orleans Firebirds would like to thank Franklin Sports for their sponsorship of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Franklin is yet again proud to be the official batting glove of the Cape Cod Baseball League. And throughout the summer, all 10 Cape League teams are wearing their own custom team batting gloves, courtesy of Franklin Sports. To order your favorite team's design or to create your own, visit franklinsports.com/custom. Enter code CCBL20 for 20% off your purchase. From Cape Cod to the major leagues, only the best hitters in baseball wear Franklin gloves. And tonight's broadcast is also sponsored by Rogers Gray. Wherever you call home, from Boston to the South Shore to the South Coast to the Cape and Islands, Rogers Gray has you covered for all of your coastal homeowners insurance needs. Rogers Gray is a proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. To learn more, go to www.rogersgray.com.
Thank you so much, Garrett. Always great reads.
Thank you. I really appreciate it, as always.
Bottom of the second coming up, Orleans and YD, and it's the Red Sox leading the Orleans Firebirds 1-0. It'll be Nathan Baez, Pasquinelli Ferraris, and Cade Hunter in the bottom of the second, and they'll face Donovan Benoit. Benoit hit a runner, gave up a run in the bottom of the first. They're going to start things off on the better foot against Baez, the rising sophomore out of Arizona State. Baez, an all Pac-12 first-teamer. Was a great utility player with the Sun Devils this season. Hit .276 and only committed 3 errors. First pitch to the righty. And he takes a ball inside. And the count 1 ball and no strikes. Fans starting to fill in a little more. Some just to the right of the dugout. Here at Merrill Red Wilson. 1-0. Upstairs. And the count, 2 balls, no strikes. Merrill Red Wilson was a former manager and player of the YD Red Sox. 2-0. Swinging a ground ball up the middle, sprinkled to shortstop. Charging to his left, gloves it, fires to first, in time. Boy, how good is Jordan Sprinkle, Garrett? It just feels like everything that's too short, you can just exhale and chalk it up as an out.
Always helps to have a reliable shortstop who has a reliable glove, a strong arm, and it's only been a week, Carlo, but Jordan Sprinkle has checked off all those boxes. And actually, on that ground ball, he sort of double clutched. He couldn't get the ball out of his mitt quick enough. He still had plenty of time, threw Baez out by at least a step and a half. He's such a sure-handed glove out there at short.
To be the righty Ferreras, first pitch to him, and he waves and taps one foul back to the change-link fence. And the count, no balls, one strike. Bottom second, here at YD. Red Sox leading the Orleans Firebirds 1-0 on this gloomy Saturday. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Great breaking ball from Benoit, who seemed to find his rhythm. And the count, no balls, two strikes. Benoit looks on, glove tucked under his chin as his HDMH camo jersey waves in the wind. 0-2. Swing and a miss, and down goes Ferraris. Second strikeout for Donovan Benoit, and the first two hitters of the bottom of the second retired. As up comes Cade Hunter, the sophomore from Virginia Tech.
Good hard slider by Donovan Benoit that just nosedives into the dirt, makes it so hard for you to pick up and so hard to swing. He throws that slider 44% of the time to right-handed hitters, and he's not afraid to use it. It's one of his better pitches in his arsenal.
So the lefty Hunter, 1 for 13 on the year, opening offering. Misses away. And the count, 1 ball, no strikes. Hunter started the season 0 for 11, got his first hit in yesterday's loss to Katuitt. The Hokie trying to start a hot streak, 1-0. Low lays off the breaking ball. They count 2 balls, no strikes. YD scoring a run in the bottom of the first. They lead Orleans 1-0. Bottom of the second now. And Donovan Benoit seeming to settle in against this YD lineup. Trying to go 1-2-3. 2-0 on its way. Swing and a miss. Blows the fastball right by him. And the count, 2 balls and a strike. Wind blowing strong out to the left. You can see the flagpole. The tent that's above us here at our little table down the right field line is shaking. Balls are going to carry. Cade Hunter's able to get one opposite. It's got a chance. 2-1. And he swings and misses. And the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Firebirds coming off a 4-2 loss against Wareham yesterday, in which they were no hit through 6 innings. Trying to get back above 500 against a Red Sox team that has lost 2 in a row, giving up a combined 23 runs in those 2 losses. Hunter waves the bat at the belt. Benoit a long stare in and now steps off. Adjusts his Orleans helmet with the black brim and the red top and the Firebirds logo and looks back in. He sets 2-2. Downstairs. Hunter does a good job of laying off, and the count runs full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Hunter didn't play a lot at Virginia Tech, broke his wrists, missed a good month and a half. Only hit a 178 with the Hokies. 3-2. Strike 3 on the outside, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Donovan Benoit. We'll head to the top of the third. YD1, Orleans nothing on your Firebirds radio network. Welcome back to Merrill Red Wilson Field. Carlo Jimenez alongside my partner Gareth Kwok. Top of the third inning, and it's YD 1, Orleans nothing. It'll be the bottom of the lineup due up. Jared McKenzie, Julio Marcano, followed by Justin McNiss. Triple J's in the 7, 8, 9 spots, Gareth. So far, it's been a pitching dominant performance. YD getting a run in the bottom of the first, but that's thanks to some poor misses by Donovan Benoit, who seemed to settle in that second inning.
Yeah, he had a very strong second inning, and if it wasn't just for the hit batsman in the first and then the wild pitch, this would still be a scoreless game. YD getting their 1 run just without a hit. Just a little bit of small ball. They take advantage of a miscue, and so that was kind of what happened yesterday at least. And so now they're going to try Orleans to answer right back here in the third.
And it will start with a lefty, Jared McKenzie, rising sophomore out of Baylor. Orleans looking for a spark. No hit through 6 yesterday. Now I want to continue that trend against Pat Gallagher today. Opening offering. Swing and a miss. And the count, no balls and 1 strike to McKenzie. McKenzie 3 for 11 on the season, was 0 for 1 yesterday. Did walk once. 0-1, another wave. And the count, no balls, 2 strikes. Gallagher struck out all 3 batters he faced in the second and was the heart of the lineup in Young, Locklear, and DeLauder. And quickly up 0-2 on McKenzie. YD 1, Orleans nothing. Top of the third. 0-2. Misses away. Looked like that one was on. And the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Sure looked like that was right at the knees for a called strike 3.
Hunter, the catcher, held it for a little longer, trying to entice home plate umpire James Fonseca. 1-2. Swinging a line shot up the middle into center field, a base hit. McKenzie able to fight one off, send it right back where it came from. And there's 1 on with nobody out to open up the top of the third.
It looked like a changeup thrown by Gallagher, and I think McKenzie was able to recognize it immediately. He stayed back and just didn't try to do too much. Put a little short stroke right up the middle. And Orleans, they got their first base runner of this game.
So now up comes Julio Marcano with McKenzie at first. Jared getting his glove on his right hand, asking for time. Now he's all set. And in digs the lefty Marcano. Right-handed batter Marcano. Runner at first. Nobody out. Top of the third. Opportunity for Orleans. First pitch. Strike. Ball, high. And the count, 1 ball, no strikes. Marcano with a solo shot in his first at-bat of the season. He's 0 for 9 since then. YD 1, Orleans nothing. Throw back to first. McKenzie in with a head first slide. Jared only stole 3 bases in this past collegiate season with Baylor. 1-0. Swing and a miss at a high fastball from Marcano. And the count levels out, 1 ball, 1 strike. A leadoff single by Jared McKenzie, first hit of the ball game for the Firebirds. And bottom of the lineup trying to take advantage. Marcano with the open stance. Looks on towards Gallagher. Throw back to first. McKenzie back safely on a head first slide. And the front of the pants of Jared McKenzie now covered in dirt. He has been picked on a couple times by Pat Gallagher. 1-1 to Marcano. And he swings and cranks one on the ground into left field, a base hit. Stopping at second is McKenzie. Back-to-back knocks to open up the top of the third for Orleans. And the bottom of the order doing work as up comes Justin McNiss with 2 on and nobody out.
So 2 sharply hit ground balls through the infield of YD, and that's saying something when you get it past Brooks Lee, the shortstop. It's perfectly placed from this Orleans bottom of the order right now.
McKenzie at second, Marcano at first. Top of the third inning, YD 1, Orleans nothing, but a chance for the Firebirds. McNiss looks on, puts the bunt down. The first pitch to him, he bunts it right back towards the catcher. Hunter comes out from behind the plate, scoops it up with a bare hand, fires to first, and both runners advance. Justin McNiss does a nice job putting the bunt down. And there's 2 runners in scoring position with 1 out for the leadoff man, Jordan Sprinkle.
Perfect sack bunt. Not too hard, not too soft, and the catcher Hunter calling off the pitcher Gallagher there. And now a big opportunity for Jordan Sprinkle, who Jordan should be able to put this ball in play and get a productive out and get a run on for Orleans.
Kenzie at third, Marcano at second. YD 1, Orleans nothing, but the Firebirds with the tying run 90 feet away and the go-ahead run 180 feet. Back-to-back singles to open up the top of the third, and Jordan Sprinkle, who got good contact off Gallagher in the first, digs in. First pitch, he puts the bunt down, bunts it back towards the pitcher. Gallagher's going to loft it home. The slide, he's safe. McKenzie with a head-first slide comes home, and Orleans is on the board after the RBI bunt by Jordan Sprinkle.
So back-to-back bunts there from the Orleans offense, and it looked like a safety squeeze. McKenzie had to make sure that ball got down. It did, and then he got a great jump off of third, and it looked like Gallagher kind of had trouble getting the ball out of his mitt. He sort of fumbled it around, and it allowed McKenzie just enough time to get the head-first slide in, and he was safe from our vantage point here.
So now the left-handed batter, Ryland Thomas, with runners at the corners. Marcano going to third on the play. Sprinkle at first. A lot of speed on the base paths. First pitch to Thomas. He bunts it down the left field line, charging the third baseman, Graham. He goes across his body to first, and it coming off the bag is the first baseman, Luttrell. How about 3 straight bunts from the Firebirds, and the bases are loaded for Connor Cox.
How about 3 straight bunts now, as you talked about, Carlo? And these are guys, you know, Mickness doesn't have the speed, but that was a great situational bunt for the sac bunt. But now you got 2 guys with speed, Jordan Sprinkle and Ryland Thomas, that kind of surprised us a little bit. We haven't seen that a whole lot so far, maybe with Ryland, but not necessarily Sprinkle. And they actually laid it down. Now an opportunity. Bases loaded with Connor Cox.
Cox lined out to third his last time up. Opening offering to the righty. And he takes the ball upstairs. Marcano at third. Sprinkle at second. Thomas at first. No vacancy on the base paths. Firebirds trying to take advantage. They've tied this game up at 1 and now trying to take the lead. Gallagher looks on. He kicks high. 1-0 to the plate. Downstairs, good pick by Hunter. That ball skipped in. Able to keep it in front of him. 2 balls and no strikes to Cox with nowhere to put him.
Yeah, Kate Hunter has to be a wall back there for YD. Again, if that pitch gets anywhere past him, that's going to be a run for Orleans. Given the chain link fence, it's just going to make that ball die as soon as it makes contact.
Gallagher looks on. His 2-0. Cox swings and grounds one to third. Third baseman Graham bobbles it. Has only played a first, and it's not in time. Beating it out is Connor Cox. A run comes home from Marcano. And Orleans takes the lead 2-1 over YD.
We talked with the YD broadcasters before the game, and they were talking about how their defense has just not been up at point. They're averaging about 2 errors a game, and that's an error right there on the third baseman. Graham should be at least maybe get the force out at second. Cox does run well. Instead, they're not able to get any out. Everybody's saved. Bases are loaded, and now Jace Young, and Jace has had a lot of opportunities with runners on base. He has been able to get the big hit, you could say, but again, the opportunity presents itself one more time. Orleans taking advantage of some YD miscues.
Left-handed batter Jace Young into the box. Orleans 2, YD 1. Bases are loaded for the most dangerous hitter in the lineup. Young looks towards Gallagher, who has given up 4 hits in this inning. First pitch. Strike. And the count, no balls and 1 strike to Young. Young struck out swinging his last time in the second. Gallagher came into this inning after striking out Young, Locklear, and DeLauder. And has only retired 1, and had a sacrifice bunt by Justin Mickness here in the third. Gallagher taking a long time to get his signs from Kate Hunter. 0-1. Downstairs, snap back throw to third. Marcano back, and he's out. Julio caught off the bag. Hunter throws out, Jordan Sprinkle. And there's 2 away.
Yeah, that's not going to make Kelly Nicholson very happy with that one. Jordan Sprinkle caught too far off third base, and that's a great snap throw by Kate Hunter. Give him credit. And that will now set up only second and first with 2 down.
Thomas at second, Cox at first. 1-1, no. Looking back at second. is Gallagher. Orleans 2, YD 1, top of the third. Firebirds already 2 runs across. Jace Young trying to add some more. Gallagher eyes Thomas at second. 1-1 to the plate. Young swings, grounds one down the first baseline. That rolls foul. On the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Young 3 for 16, 6 strikeouts this season. In the young year for Orleans. Trying to make his mark on this ball game. Gallagher peeks in. 1-2. Way high. Pulls Hunter out of the squat. And the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wind has died down. The flag in left is quiet. Tree still waving a little bit. Orleans team trying to take advantage of a great opportunity against the righty Pat Gallagher. Currently leading YD 2-1. Gallagher's 2-2. Young swings and drives one into right center field. That ball rolls all the way to the track. Coming around third, on his way to score is Thomas. Stopping at third is Cox. It's a hard hit single for Jace Young, and the Firebirds add to the lead 3-1 in the top of the third.
It's not an extra base hit, but that was a loud single from Jace Young. Got a pitch up in the zone, and he drives it to right center field. Great piece of hitting from Jace. And now YD going to put on a little first and third defense here with 2 down, as Orleans continues to have a big inning here in the third.
Jays with a big hit, and now up comes the right-handed batter, Tyler Locklear. Locklear had yesterday off as he looks towards Gallagher. Struck out his first time up in the second. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. First pitch. And he swings and fouls one straight back to the chain link fence. And the count, no balls, 1 strike. 3 runs in this top of the third inning. 5 hits by the Firebirds. Oh, after through 6, Pat Gallagher looked terrific. Has struggled in the second, 0-1. Skips in. And the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Gallagher sat down the first 6 hitters in order. Then this inning started with McKenzie single, a Marcano single. Mickness put down a sacrifice bunt to move him over. Sprinkle put down a bunt, and coming home on the play was McKenzie. And then a single by Ryland Thomas. He got aboard. Here comes the 1-1 to Locklear. Checks his swing, goes around, and the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. So after 3 straight bunts, the Firebirds had the bases loaded and nobody out. Then Connor Cox grounded one over to third. Graham couldn't handle it cleanly. His throw to first was wide. Cox reached safely. And Jace Young picked up an RBI single to score Ryland Thomas. Throw to first. Young backs sliding. So 3 runs in the top of the third inning by Orleans. They lead YD 3-1. 2 outs, runners at the corners. Here at Merrill Red Wilson Field. 1-2. Swinging a pop-up straight back towards the parking lot behind us. And the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. This is the 8th batter of the inning in Tyler Locklear. Gallagher's white YD jersey waving in the wind as he looks in towards Cade Hunter. Orleans trying to continue to pick off runs. 1-2. Swing and a miss, and that will do it. Locklear strikes out, but not before the Firebirds bring 3 across. 4 hits, 2 left on, 3 runs come in, and it's a 3-1 Firebird lead over the YD Red Sox. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Noah Searson.
Yeah, thanks, Carlo. Firebirds able to put up a number right there, 3 to be exact, and it's not by the long ball. It's not with the extra base hits. Actually, 3 bunts in that inning, and something I talked to Coach Kelly Nicholson about yesterday was the fact that, you know, when they have guys like Jordan Sprinkle, guys like Ryland Thomas available and ready, they're going to use their speed when they need it. So in that inning, not only do they have that exciting bunt with Sprinkle, get the run home, but Ryland follows it up with another bunt and made it really hard for YD to make the plays. And this is something we also saw against Harwich in the opener, the double steal with Locklear. He ends up getting home. And it's something that, this Firebirds team who started this game hitting .213 coming into this one, they may need to use going forward. And in this inning, Kelly showed that he's not afraid to do that. Guys, back to you in the booth.
Thanks so much, Noah. The small ball for the Firebirds working out in their favor. As they lead 3-1, we head to the bottom of the third inning, and it will be the 8-9-1 spots for the YD Red Sox. Donovan Benoit remains out there for the Firebirds. He'll face Tyler Williams, Tanner Smith, and the leadoff man, Peyton Graham. Benoit sitting down for a while in between innings, watching his team bring 8 to the plate and rattle off 3 runs. Had a strong second inning, went 1-2-3, struck out the final 2 batters, and he'll look to continue that momentum into the bottom of the third.
Number 4, center fielder Tyler Williams from Arkansas Little Rock.
It'll be Tyler Williams, the righty from Arkansas Little Rock. Benoit looks on, and the first pitch to him. And he waves at a breaking ball. And the count, no balls and 1 strike. Williams hit .288 at Little Rock. 42 RBIs, 8 home runs on the season. Speedster in the 8-hole for this YD team. 0-1. Checks his swing, unable to hold up. And the count, no balls, 2 strikes quickly. Williams picked up his first hit of the season yesterday after starting 0 for 6. Bases empty, nobody out, just getting going. Bottom of the third. Orleans leading YD 3-1. 0-2. And a swing and a foul tapped back to the chain link fence. And the count remains no balls, 2 strikes. So the ball really does die back there, Garrett.
Sure does. And I think that's what makes that catcher spot today for Mickness of Orleans and Hunter of YD extra important to make sure nothing gets past them.
0-2 to Williams up high. And the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. First of 2 back-to-back games against the Red Sox will be at Eldridge Park tomorrow. Benoit looks on. And the 1-2. Strike 3 at the knees. 3 straight strikeouts for Donovan Benoit. And there's 1 away in the bottom of the third.
Nice slider that starts in the middle of the zone, then breaks hard to the outer part of the plate, and it still catches the outside corner for strike 3 called. 4 strikeouts now for Benoit tonight.
So up comes the junior out of Oregon, Tanner Smith. Left-handed batter looks on, opening offering. Upstairs, Smith wearing those all-green gloves, a nod to the University of Oregon. Led the Pac-12 in doubles this past year with 23. Was a collegiate baseball All-American third-teamer, 1-0. He takes a strike on the outside part of the zone. Donovan Benoit bringing the heat. And the count 1 ball, 1 strike. Overcast day here at Red Wilson Field. Good crowd on hand for this Saturday afternoon, moving towards night ball game. 1-1. Swinging a ball tapped off the end of the bat, foul towards the Orleans dugout. And the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. 4 hits, 3 runs in the top of the third for the Firebirds. They take a 3-1 lead over the YD Red Sox. And Donovan Benoit trying to keep it that way. 1-2. Swinging a line shot down the right field line. Cut off by the right fielder, DeLauder, as Smith takes a big turn around first, but heads back to the bag. And a 1-out knock for Tanner Smith in the 9 spot brings up the leadoff man Peyton Graham, who represents the tying run in the bottom of the third.
First hit of the ball game for YD tonight, coming from the 9-hitter Tanner Smith. That's what he does. A lot of line drive contact. He's not a big guy, but he's going to find the gaps in the outfield and find the spots where nobody is.
So Graham, the only run of the ball game, looks on, right-handed batter, opening offering. Upstairs. And the count 1 ball, no strikes. Graham hit by a pitch, went to second on a ground out by Briley Knight, to third on a ground out by Brooks Lee, and came home on a wild pitch. That's one way to get around the bases. Runner at first is Tanner Smith after his 1-out knock. ending the 7 in a row retired by Benoit. 1-0. Swing and a miss. And they count 1 ball, 1 strike. Benoit, after he gets the baseball, adjusts the cap, digs his foot in, tucks the glove underneath his chin, and stares towards Justin Mickness, who gives him the signs. Leading at first is Tanner Smith. Smith stole 4 bases with Oregon this past spring. 1-1. Swinging a high fly ball foul down the right field line. Lands for a souvenir. As 4 or 5 kids converge, sprinting from different sides. Gotta be careful, Gareth. If the ball lands by you, the kids are coming.
Yeah, there's a lot of green grass surrounding us. And, you know, everyone wants a souvenir around here on the Cape.
Runner at first, 1 out, bottom of the 3rd. Orleans 3, YD 1. The 1-2 to the plate. Swing and a miss. Down goes Graham. And there's 2 gone in the bottom of the 3rd.
The slider fastball combination with Benoit has been really effective tonight. He's pumping in the fastball. Shout out to our analytics guy and our colleague Jackson Thomas. Benoit reaching the mid to high 90s, 95, 97 with the fastball. And when you combine that with a sharp slider, boy, no wonder he's got 5 strikeouts through 2 2/3.
He has been terrific, and now he'll face the left-handed batter, Briley Knight. Opening offering down the hill. Fastball misses away. On the count, 1 ball and no strikes. Knight swung at the first pitch he saw, and a little hit and run with Peyton Graham. He grounded out to 3rd. 2 outs, runner at first is Tanner Smith. Picked up the first hit of the night for YD. 1-0 from Benoit. Misses inside, and the count 2 balls, no strikes.
Just got another note from Jackson Thomas. Benoit's thrown 12 sliders, and he's gotten 6 swing and misses on those sliders.
Sounds like it's working for him.
It sure is. If you ask me.
Leading at first is Smith. 2-0. Misses low. Count 3 balls, no strikes. Briley Knight not being fooled. YD with a run in the bottom of the 1st. Orleans with 3 in the top of the 3rd. Tying run at the plate in the lefty Briley Knight, the junior out of Portland. 3-0. Strike at the knees. And the count 3 balls, 1 strike. Briley Knight, former West Coast League MVP. Back in the summer of 2019, playing for his dad, Brooke Knight, on the Corvallis Knights. Knight playing for Knight on the Knights. How about that? 3-run, runner goes. Ball is in the dirt, gets away from Mickness. Stopping at second on the play is Smith. As Briley Knight is walked down to first base, and up comes the switch hitter, Brooks Lee, with 2 on and 2 out. He represents the go-ahead run in the bottom of the 3rd.
Yeah, that pitch got away from Justin Mickness, and Mickness is sprinting to the backstop, knowing that that chain link fence is not going to give a rebound back. The ball's not going to rebound off the fence back to him, similar to a traditional backstop, so he has to hustle over to pick it up and make sure that runner doesn't advance to second base.
At second leads Smith. Tying run, Briley Knight leads at first. In stands the switch hitter, Brooks Lee, batting from the left side. As Benoit steps off, Lee grounded out to short on 1 pitch his last time up. Headed to Team USA in a couple of days. 7 for 19. Lee, one of the best hitters on this YD team. And just absolutely terrific numbers for Cal Poly. First pitch. And he swings and drives one into right center. Going back to the center fielder, Cox. Looking up. That ball is gone. Brooks Lee with a 3-run blast. And with 2 outs, the YD Red Sox take a 4-3 lead in the bottom of the 3rd.
And that's another donation. The YD Red Sox College Scholarship Fund from our friends at...
Got a pitch middle away, and he just crushes it over the right center field fence. And as we've talked about, Carl, on the broadcast, it is 352 to straightaway center field. It is super shallow. And so if you just get a ball into the air and you give it enough distance into the center field, it's a good chance it's going out. And for Brooks Lee, they had plenty on it.
So the left-handed batter, Chase Luttrell, into the box. As the Red Sox now lead the Firebirds 4-3. First pitch, strike on the outside part of the plate. Yeah, Gareth, I think if we're 24 hours later, that's a fly ball into center that Connor Cox catches up with. 435 at Eldridge, 352 here. Polar opposites of the Cape. 0-1. Strike 2 with the knees. And the count, no balls, 2 strikes. So Orleans puts up a 3 spot in the top of the third. And with 1 swing of the bat, Brooks Lee brings 3 home for YD. And it's back to a 1-run game. YD leading Orleans 4-3. 0-2. Misses upstairs. Luttrell lays off, and the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Brooks Lee was terrific with runners in scoring position for Cal Poly this last year. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes Luttrell. That will do it. YD picks up 3 runs on a Brooks Lee 3-run shot to 352 in center field. And it's back to a 1-run game. The Red Sox lead the Firebirds 4-3. Let's send it over to our sideline reporter Noah Searson, who's trying to get skipper Kelly Nicholson. Kelly now is going to talk to Scott Pickler, the manager of the Sox. Not sure what exactly they're talking about over there. It looks like the umpire down the third base line, John Lavone, is with one of the grounds crew members by the bullpen of YD.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what the discussion is about, as he's all the way out there on that left field bullpen for YD. But our Noah Searson is going to try and get with Kelly.
All right, here we go. Take it away, Noah.
All right, thanks, Carlos. So, Kelly, I know something we talked about last night was the idea of not being afraid to use the off-speed pitch, and it seems like something we saw out of Benoit today. Obviously, I know he let up the home run, but was that something that you talked to him about going into the start, maybe mixing it up with curves and change more?
Yeah, I didn't say anything to him. You know, he's been here before, and I think Trooper, they probably went over the hitters, and, you know, he's got a good plan out there tonight.
And what went through the decision real quick to bunt 3 times in a row? It worked well. Are you kind of just trying to get the offense electrified?
Yeah, we were just trying to get runners in scoring position, and then Sprink and Ryland did that on their own.
All right, thanks, Coach. I'll send it back to you, Carlo.
Thanks so much, Noah. Now let's toss it to Gareth Kwok.
All right, thank you so much, Carlo. Chase DeLauner will begin things here against Pat Gallagher. Takes the first pitch, breaking ball in the inside corner for strike 1, 0-1. YD 4, Orleans 3. We're in the top of the 4th. It's going to be DeLauner, McKenzie, and Marcano, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters for the Firebirds. DeLauner swings at the 0-1 and rips a single through the middle for a leadoff hit. Sharply hit single right back where it came from for Chase DeLauner. And he picks up his first hit of the ball game and the leadoff man aboard here for Orleans in the top of the 4th.
Jared McKenzie trying to struggle to get that bat weight off the end of the bat. He had to slam the bat in the ground about 4 or 5 times. Finally got it.
So McKenzie making the stroll now to the left-hand hitting batter's box. The left fielder from Baylor. And he stands in, open stance. With Pat Gallagher out for his 4th inning of work. Ran into a tough top of the 3rd, giving up 3 runs. First pitch to McKenzie, swing and a miss on the fastball. 0-1 to Jared McKenzie. McKenzie singled back in the 3rd. He also ripped a single on the ground up the middle. It actually kick-started the Orleans rally. 0-1. Fastball, swing and a foul off to the left. Count quickly 0-2 now. Orleans had the lead 3-1 heading into the bottom of the 3rd, and that lead was erased by a 3-run home run by Brooks Lee, the All-American shortstop from Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. 0-2 from Gallagher, fastball just a bit up high, and the count will go 1-2. A straightaway center field home run for Lee, 3-run shot, and the Red Sox have a 4-3 lead as we are in the top of the 4th. But Orleans has a runner on first with nobody out. The pitch. 1-2, high pop-up into shallow left field. Trotting on in is the left fielder Tanner Smith. He's going to settle underneath it to his left, and he makes the catch. One away here in the 4th as McKenzie is retired. So 1 on and 1 out. Here is the right-handed hitting Julio Marcano. the rising senior from the New Jersey Institute of Technology. Marcano open stance, digs in as we await the first pitch from the right-hander Pat Gallagher. Here it is. Fastball at the knees, called a strike. Marcano back in the third inning, ripped a single through the left side for a base hit in his first at-bat. 0-1. The right-hander Gallagher throws another fastball at the knees again. And Marcano down 0-2. Gallagher, the Yukon right-hander on the bump in his fourth inning of work. 0-2 pitch. Marcano swings, reaches out, pops one up in the shallow right field. Foul ground. This is going to be the first baseman. And the first baseman, Luttrell, and he could not make the catch out in right field. And it will land foul for a foul ball. So the count will remain, 0-2. Luttrell had to backpedal his back toward the field. It was going to be a tough play, nevertheless. Marcano with another chance. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. DeLather at first. The pitch. Fastball outside. Ball 1. 1-2. Gallagher, the YD right-hander. He's local, in-state from Leominster, Massachusetts. Doesn't have to go far to play on the Cape. 1-2 pitch to Marcano. Swing and a miss. Got him with the fastball high and outside. Marcano down swinging. And for Gallagher, that is strikeout number 5 on the day. And there's 2 away here in the fourth. Two out, runner on first. Here is the left-handed hitting catcher from Kent State, Justin Mickness now, who stands in. First pitch from Gallagher. Swing and a miss. Looked like a changeup from Gallagher. That just dove out of the strike zone, and Mickness unable to take as he chases 0-1. DeLather with his lead at first. 0-1 pitch. Mickness, another swing and a miss. Almost the same exact pitch. Just a changeup in the dirt, and Mickness, so far, unable to recognize the breaking ball. It's quickly 0-2 now. YD 4, Orleans 3. 0-2 pitch, fastball outside and high. Ball 1. Gallagher, who spent most of this season as the Yukon Huskies' number 3 starter for much of the season. He was their Sunday guy. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Off-speed pitch. Mickness down swinging. And Pat Gallagher now has 6 strikeouts through 4 innings of work. On we go now to the home half of the fourth inning. Donovan Benoit trotting out back onto the mound. He will remain in the game. We'll be right back here on the Birds Broadcast Network. YD 4, Orleans 3, heading into the last of the fourth.
Curry College is where you go to become anything you want. Curry prepares students to engage in successful careers with learning beyond the classroom. Explore undergraduate programs, including new majors in sport and recreation management, graphic design, marketing, and computer science. Online at www.curry.edu. The 99 Restaurant and Pub is proud to be a sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Visit your local 99 and try their famous colossal lobster rolls, piled high on a grilled brioche and served hot, buttered, or with the just right amount of mayo and celery with fries and coleslaw. The 99, always the real deal.
That's making me hungry, Carlo, right there. We might have to get a meal after this broadcast.
That does sound good.
As Donovan Benoit, the right-hander from Tulane, he'll go out for his 4th inning of work as the Orleans starter on this Saturday. Benoit so far through 3 innings had been doing so well up to that 3-run home run by Brooks Lee with 2 down in the last of the third. So far, Benoit with 3 innings, 2 hits, 4 earned runs, only 1 walk and 6 strikeouts. He's gotten a ton of swings and misses with his slider and fastball. But unfortunately for him, Brooks Lee able to tee off on a fastball back in the last of the third. And YD has a 1-run lead, 4-3 score as we are in the last of the fourth. Justin Mickness with the toss down the second, and Benoit now has the white pearl in his glove. He'll wipe his brow, wipe the sweat away, and he will face the 5, 6, and 7 hitters for the Red Sox. Nate Baez, Ferreras, and then Hunter. Nate Baez, Pascal Ferreras, Cade Hunter dewed up. They went down in order back in the second inning. And they'll try and answer here against Benoit here in the last of the fourth. First pitch from the right-hander Benoit. Slider right down the middle, taken for strike one. Nate Baez, the DH from Arizona State, bounced out to shortstop in the second against Benoit. Right-handed hitter. Standing tall in his stance, 0-1 pitch. Another breaking ball. Baez lifts one high and deep to right center field. DeLauder to his right. Backing up and just shy of the wall, makes the catch for out number one.
Now batting for YD. Number 5, the second
I think the wind picked up that one a little bit, blowing strong out to left, and DeLauder started going straight back and then moved to his right.
So one gone here in the fourth, and this will bring up now Pascal Ferreras, rising sophomore from Western Carolina University. He struck out back in the second in his first at-bat. First pitch, breaking ball, swing and a miss. Ferreras out in front, 0-1 to the YD second baseman. Ferreras had one of the best power hitting seasons this year. He had 16 home runs with 55 runs batted in. Takes 0-1 breaking pitch, just a bit low. Count even up at 1. His 16 home runs for the Catamounts was second best in the SoCon Conference. 1-1 pitch, breaking ball in the dirt, swing and a miss. Ferreras unable to pick up the slider from Benoit. Quickly 1-2 now, with Cade Hunter, the Virginia Tech catcher, on deck for YD. Red Sox 4, Orleans 3. We're in the last of the fourth. Nobody on, 1 out. And now time is called by home plate umpire James Fonseca. Benoit with his glove up high, staring down Mickness, now gets the sign. He's working from the stretch. 1-2. Fastball in the dirt, scooped out by the catcher Mickness. Count now 2-2. Ferreras, who was named a collegiate baseball freshman All-American, and the second team All-SoCon selection, awaits the 2-2 from Benoit. Breaking ball, thought about going, but he holds up as the pitch is blocked nicely by Mickness using the chest protector. And so we'll have a full count, 3-2.
Mickness and Guillemette, the two catchers on this lineup, have really impressed so far early this season, Garrett. Looks like that's going to be a strong spot for Orleans this year.
Mickness and Guillemette, the backstops for Orleans, in a little bit of a platoon. 3-2 pitch, breaking ball right down the middle. Ferreras takes it, strike 3 called. How about Donovan Benoit? He's got 7 strikeouts. And there is 2 down now here in the fourth.
Absolutely filthy. Benoit has been terrific. The slider working for him, and he's able to pump fastballs by guys.
2 down. Nobody on. The left-handed hitting catcher, Cade Hunter from Virginia Tech, rising sophomore, stands in. First pitch from the right-hander Benoit, and another breaking ball on the outside corner, strike 1. Boy, oh boy, Benoit commanding his breaking stuff. His secondary pitches extremely well today.
Man, look up at the scoreboard. He's only given up 2 hits.
One of them was a big one. 0-1 pitch. Hunter on the ground through the right side into right field for a base hit. Make that now 3 hits for the Red Sox, as Hunter finds a hole through the right side of the infield. As I was mentioning, that one hit was a big one, though. A 3-run blast from Brooks Lee in the last of the third. Part of a 3-run third for YD. And that really has been his only mistake all game long. You take away that, and Orleans has the lead, but sometimes it's all it takes. Just one pitch and one swing. And YD with a 1-run lead, 4-3. Runner on first, 2 down. Tyler Williams, breaking ball, swing and a miss on the first pitch from Benoit, 0-1. Williams struck out looking back in the third in his first at-bat against Donovan Benoit. The Tulane right-hander at the set, 0-1. Swing and a miss. High fastball that time. And again, Benoit reaching about mid-90s, 95 to 97 according to our analytics guy Jackson Thomas. He is throwing some heat out on the mound. It's 0-2 to Tyler Williams. Williams, the rising sophomore from Little Rock University. Right-handed hitter. He's behind in the count. 0-2. 0-2 pitch from Benoit. Breaking ball, chopped to third. Locklear behind the bag. A long throw from across the diamond. It's too late. Marcano has it, and now they got the runner Hunter hung up in a rundown between second and third. Locklear is chasing him down. He'll flip it to Marcano at second. Marcano applies the tag, and Hunter is tagged out. Hunter caught too far off of second after Locklear made the throw from third to first. And a good heads-up play by Julio Marcano to be aware and see that Hunter was way too far off second, and they got Hunter caught up in a rundown, and he was tagged out by the Firebirds defense. So a scoreless scoreless fourth inning thrown by Donovan Benoit. On we go now to the top of the fifth. It's YD 4, Orleans 3 here on the Birds Broadcast Network. Top five from Red Wilson Field in South Yarmouth. Gareth Kwok alongside my partner Carlo Jimenez here on the Birds Broadcast Network. YD 4, Orleans 3. Bit of a chaotic ending to the bottom of the fourth as the Firebirds, their strong defense on display again, able to nab Cade Hunter, the catcher for YD, too far off of second, rounding the bag at second after the infield hit from Williams. So that's how the inning ended, and now we're in the top of the fifth, and Orleans will have the top of the order, beginning with Jordan Sprinkle. First pitch is grounded foul toward the YD third base dugout. Strike one. Pat Gallagher still in the ball game. He's in for his fifth inning as YD starter. 0-1 pitch to Sprinkle. Swing and a foul. That one catches a piece of the umpire and is now 0-2 to the UC Santa Barbara shortstop Jordan Sprinkle, who is 0 for 1. Lined out to first, and then he had a nice sacrifice bunt where he reached on the fielder's choice that allowed the run to score. Back in the third inning, takes a fastball up high, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Part of a 3-run third for the Firebirds. Only runs of the game. 1-2 pitch, Sprinkle pops one up. This is going to be out of play behind the press box. Count remains 1-2.
And Gareth, for a guy like Sprinkle, Thomas, and Cox coming up in this fifth inning, this is the first time this summer they're going to see a pitcher for the third time in the same ball game. So you see how that affects Gallagher.
From the line, 1-2, fastball down low. Count evened up at 2 now. It's a good point that you mentioned. Most guys that the Firebirds have faced so far in this early week here, these guys have only gone 3 or 4 max. But this is Gallagher already going and pushing it 5. 2-2 pitch in the dirt. That one about 2 feet in front of home plate, spiked by Gallagher on the breaking pitch. Easy take for Sprinkle, and the count goes full 3-2 with Rylan Thomas on deck.
And it should be also noted, no one's getting warm in that bullpen.
3-2 pitch hit on the ground through the left side into left field. A base hit for Jordan Sprinkle. So Gallagher had to come in through a fastball. Sprinkle able to put the bat on the ball. And he finds a hole through that 5.5 hole on the left side of the infield. And the leadoff man on the board for Orleans, he's the tying run, Jordan Sprinkle. And for Orleans, that is their 6th hit of the ball game. And Rylan Thomas, left-hand hitting outfielder from USC, stands in against Gallagher. Gallagher with a quick throw over to first. Sprinkle back to the bag with a dive. So 2 of the speedsters on the Firebirds team here, trying to generate some offense here in the top of the 5th. We await the first pitch to Thomas. Breaking pitch, right down the middle. A called strike, 0-1. Thomas, who is the DH for today, grounded out to second in the first, and then he reached on a bunt single in the third. Part of that third inning where the Firebirds had 3 straight bunt hits. There's a swing and a line drive into right field for a base hit. Sprinkle over to second. Rylan Thomas picks up his 2nd hit of the game, and he is certainly impressed over the last few games, Carlo, with his line drive contact, his defense, and of course his speed as well. Runners on second and first with nobody out to begin the 5th inning, and now Connor Cox will get his opportunity here to potentially tie up the score or go ahead. Connor Cox, 0 for 2, reached on an error back in the third, allowed a run to score. Look over at second once and now twice by Gallagher at Sprinkle. First pitch, Cox with a slow roller to second. Could it be a pair? They are not able to get any outs. The second baseman Ferreras juggled the ball, and he could not get the ball out of his mitt. He was trying to go to second for the force out at the very least, and instead, nobody is out. The bases are loaded, and Jace Young will stand in.
2nd error of the ball game for this YD Red Sox team, and 12th of the season.
The power hitting Jace Young, the Big 12 Player of the Year with the bases loaded. A chance for Orleans to take the lead or even up the score at the very least. From the windup, first pitch, Young swings, taps it foul just behind home plate. Strike 1. Young today has struck out swinging back in the second, and he laced an RBI single back in the third. His 5th run batted in on the summer. 0-1. Fastball. Ooh, just a bit high. Looked like a pretty good pitch from our view. James Fonseca, the home plate umpire, thinks otherwise. It's 1 ball, 1 strike to the Texas Tech second baseman, Jace Young. YD 4, Orleans 3 here in the top of the 5th. Bases loaded, nobody out. First, the 1-1 pitch is popped up. Foul ground, third base side, giving chases the third baseman Graham, but that is going to land in the YD dugout for a foul ball. Count 1-2 now.
Yeah, this is the 3rd time in the last 3 games Young has come up with the bases loaded. Let's see if he can put his mark on this ball game.
1-2. Tyler Locklear on deck for the Firebirds here. Another big-time opportunity. Here it is. Swing and a miss. Young goes down swinging for the 2nd time tonight. And a big first out for the UConn right-hander on the mound.
7th strikeout for Gallagher today. That's a big one with the bases full. But it doesn't get easier as Tyler Locklear digs in.
So here's Tyler Locklear now, right-handed hitter from Virginia Commonwealth University. The first pitch from Gallagher, fastball at the knees, a called strike. 0-1. Orleans had a similar situation back on Monday against Chatham late in the game. They had the bases loaded with nobody out, but it was the bottom of the order, and they all struck out swinging. No runs came across as Locklear swings on the 1-0. High fly ball, deep right field. It is gone! Grand slam for Tyler Locklear, opposite field. And the Firebirds have retaken the lead. It's a 7-4 Orleans advantage.
He was raking in batting practice, and he hits a big one here at Merrill Red Wilson into right field. 4 runs come home, and Orleans with a 7-4 lead. We've been waiting for one of those 3 guys to get a big hit like that, and Tyler Locklear finally comes through here in Game 5.
A huge swing of the bat for Orleans as Locklear picks up his first home run of the summer. Chase DeLauder now stands in, and now he swings and lifts a high fly ball in the shallow center field. And coming on in to his left to make the catch is Tyler Williams for out number 2. But Tyler Locklear sending the high pitch out to right field. And that's the home run that we've been waiting for all week long. He hadn't gotten it until this moment. 358 feet. The official distance on that one as Jared McKenzie stands in, left-handed hitter from Baylor, swing and a miss on the first pitch, 0-1.
And into the wind, into right field.
96-mile-an-hour exit velocity. Thanks again to our analytics team as McKenzie unable to pick up the breaking ball, and he swings and misses at a pitch down and low to now make it 0-2. A grand slam from Tyler Locklear here in the top of the 5th has made it a 7-4 Firebirds lead. McKenzie swinging a miss on the ball in the dirt. Ball gets away from Hunter. He picks it up, throws to first, and it's in time for the out just to get McKenzie out by a step. Orleans, 4 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, nobody left stranded. Donovan Benoit back out onto the hill for the Firebirds. It's Orleans 7, YD 4 as we head to the last of the 5th here on the Birds Broadcast Network. A Tyler Locklear grand slam over the right field fence has given Orleans a 7-4 lead heading into the last of the 5th. Just a huge momentum shift for the Firebirds. A big swing at the bat that we've been waiting for all week long, and they have gotten it in Tyler Locklear. Tanner Smith, first pitch against Benoit, is rolled to Jace Young. Young fields and throws to Marcano for the out. And that's how the last of the 5th gets started. 4-3 put out off the bat of the Oregon outfielder Tanner Smith.
Well, YD now as a pitching staff, Gareth, has given up 30 runs in their last 23 innings.
That's a lot of runs.
That is.
And their defense certainly has not been helping them out either. 2 errors here already, halfway through. First pitch now to Graham. Now Graham swings. High fly ball. Will hit center field. This one, goodbye. And the Red Sox answer right back with 1 run on a solo shot off the bat of Peyton Graham. The Oklahoma third baseman, who hit 11 home runs in the regular season, picks up his first home run of this summer. His second home run from YD today, and it's now 7-5 Firebirds here in the last of the 5th.
Now, YD knows how to take advantage of the short center field.
Donovan Benoit now against Briley Knight. First pitch outside, and it is off the glove of Mickness, and it rolls out toward the YD on deck circle. 1-0. So Peyton Graham continues to have himself a real strong start on the Cape. 1-0 pitch, breaking ball, and it finds the zone for a called strike, 1-1. Knight is 0 for 1, bounced out to the pitcher in the first, and he walked in the third. 1-1, fastball outside for ball 2, 2-1. So Donovan Benoit trying to make it through 5 here today at YD. Working from the stretch against the left-handed hitting Knight. 2-1. Good slider on the inside corner. Called strike 2. It's 2-2. On deck is Brooks Lee for YD. And if Knight can reach, it would certainly set up another prime opportunity for Lee to tie up the score with 1 swing. 2-2 pitch, ball in the dirt, blocked by the catcher Mickness, and the count goes full 3-2. If you're Benoit, you cannot allow Knight to reach on a walk. Have to make sure he earns it via a base hit. 3-2, the pitch. Breaking pitch, swung on and grounded softly to second. Jace Young charges, collects, and throws out Knight at first for out number 2.
Now batting, number 22, shortstop Brooks Lee from Cal Poly San Luis Obispo.
And here comes Brooks Lee now. The All-American shortstop from Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. The switch hitter hitting left-handed, who launched a 3-run home run back in the 3rd inning to give YD a 4-3 lead at the time. There's a mammoth shot to straightaway center. First pitch is a breaking ball down low and away, ball 1. Orleans 7, YD 5. Red Sox grabbing a run on a home run by Peyton Graham, solo shot. 1-0 pitch, breaking ball, just a bit outside, says the home plate umpire James Fonseca. So Benoit starting out the sequence with a couple of breaking balls, making sure Lee is not hunting for the fastball, which is the pitch that Lee teed off of for the home run back in the 3rd inning. The 2-0. Breaking pitch, down low. Benoit not missing by much, and he's thinking the same thing.
3-0 to Brooks Lee here, the most dangerous hitter in this YD lineup.
3 balls, no strikes. Here it is. Lee swinging away, gets the green light, and he grounds to second. Jace Young collects, sets his feet, throws to first in time for the out. So YD, they grab a run on the solo home run by Peyton Graham, but otherwise, 3 ground balls to Jace Young by Donovan Benoit. And Orleans, they maintain the lead. It's Firebirds 7, Red Sox 5 as we head now to the 6th here on the Birds Broadcast Network. We'll be right back.
For sales and rentals of Caterpillar machinery, generators, and marine engines, visit MiltonCat.com, your area cat dealer. Milton Cat, the Cape and Island Caterpillars dealer, is proud to be a sponsor of today's ball game.
top six, Firebirds 7, Red Sox 5. And for YD, Pat Gallagher's night is done. He ends the evening with 5 innings, gives up 8 hits, 7 runs. 5 of those were earned, no walks, and 8 strikeouts. And he will give way now to the right-hander, the rising junior from Oklahoma, Jarrett Godman. A right-hander, 6'1", 190 pounds from Las Vegas, Nevada. And Carlo, what should we know about Jarrett Godman out of Oklahoma?
Hey, Godman, you're going to see a fastball that tops out around 92. There's a slider and a changeup. He's going to use the slider a lot to right-handed pitchers, and to lefties, about 70% of the time, he'll throw that fastball. Lefties are hitting 376 against Godman. Righties 276. So with Ryland Thomas due up and a couple of lefties in this lineup, look for Orleans to do damage against the righty Goodman.
At the minimum here, he's going to face Julio Marcano, Justin McNiss, and Jordan Sprinkle. 2 right-handed hitters, McNiss being the lefty. So Godman working from the stretch, the first pitch, and Marcano off the hands, rolls it foul along the third base line. Strike 1. Godman, in 19 appearances for the Sooners, had a 6.49 ERA in 34 2/3 innings. A 1 pitch, good slider on the inside corner for a called strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes to Julio Marcano. He had 31 strikeouts over just 12 walks in those 34 2/3 innings pitched. He had his worst season from an ERA and strikeout standpoint. 0-2 pitch, breaking ball, and Marcano way out in front, swings and misses. And he's down swinging for out number 1 here in the 6th.
9th strikeout today by this staff of YD.
Here's Justin McNiss now. Left-handed hitting catcher from Kent State. First pitch is on the inside corner with the fastball. Strike 1 called. So Godman, who again had a career-high ERA and a career low in strikeouts. 0-1 pitch to McNiss is a bouncer foul down the right field line, out of play. Count quickly 0-2. He did pitch 2 1/3 strong innings on Tuesday against Chatham. Allowed only 1 earned run, and he did earn the save. 0-2 to McNiss. Here it is. And it's a fastball high and outside. 1-2. Godman releasing that pitch. He's basically a sidearm thrower. Low 3/4 sidearm right in between with the arm slot. 1-2 from the right-hander. McNiss rolls it sharply on the ground at first. Staying down on it and fielding it is Luttrell. And he'll take it to the bag himself for the unassisted putout. 2 away here in the 6th. So 2 down here in the 6th with nobody on. And now, top of the order for the Firebirds, Jordan Sprinkle will dig in. Jordan, 1 for 2 today. First pitch, breaking ball, and Sprinkle way out in front. He had to break down his swing. He was badly fooled on that one. 0-1. Sprinkle started off the 5th inning with a base hit to left. Swings at the 0-1, little soft fly ball into right center field, and it will drop for a hit. Second hit of the ball game for the UC Santa Barbara shortstop Jordan Sprinkle. And he did not really square that up all too cleanly. It hit off the end of the bat, but able to just dunk it in between the infielder, the second baseman Ferreras, and the outfielder Knight. And Sprinkle's aboard with good speed, and Ryland Thomas from USC will have an opportunity here with 2 down and the runner on first. Orleans 7, YD 5. Godman at the set. Long pause, now a quick throw to first to check on Sprinkle. He's back to the bag with a head first dive. Sprinkle, who did have a couple of stolen bags yesterday at Wareham. And wouldn't be surprised to see him run with 2 down to try and grab that run back. Thomas awaiting the first pitch. Here it is. Swings and lines it foul off to the left, beyond the protective screen. 0-1 to Ryland. Thomas with a pair of hits today. He's 2 for 3. Coming into the game, he was 4 for 9 with an RBI. 0-1. Fastball just outside. Count even up at 1. Connor Cox on deck for the Firebirds if the inning continues. 1-1 pitch. Poked down the left field line. Giving it chase, and it'll drop in the left field for a base hit. As Smith, the left fielder, will throw it back in. Ryland Thomas picks up his 3rd hit of the ball game. On a fastball outside corner, he just pokes it into no man's land down the left field line. And the Firebirds are back in business here with the middle of the order coming up to the plate.
Thomas and Sprinkle, the 1-2 batters, so far today, Gareth, are 5 for 8.
They have sparked the rallies, and they have sparked this offense, rejuvenated them. Connor Cox now has to do his part. First pitch from the right-hander, Godman. Cox lifts a high fly ball, well hit in the left field. Going back is Smith. He's near the fence, and he puts it away for out number 3. So Cox just got underneath that pitch, and the side is retired. We'll have ourselves a pitching change here for Orleans as we enter the last of the 6th. We'll be right back here on the Birds Broadcast Network. Firebirds 7, Red Sox 5 when we come back.
So here's the question.
New pitcher now for Orleans as it's a 7-5 Firebirds lead. Heading into the last of the 6th, and it's going to be the rising junior from the University of Georgia, Michael Polk. 6'3", 215 from Milton, Georgia, and on the regular season for the Bulldogs, he made 17 appearances, had a 2-1 record with a 1.86 ERA, 19 in the third innings pitch, had 23 strikeouts. He did have 17 walks, and so Donovan Benoit's evening is complete. He ends his night with 5 innings, 5 hits, 5 earned runs, 1 walk, and 7 strikeouts. So Benoit able to get a lot of swing and misses. However, he did fall victim to the long ball a couple of times. Gave up a 3-run home run to Brooks Lee, the straightaway center, and he also gave up a solo home run to Oklahoma's Peyton Graham. But overall, a very impressive debut for Donovan Benoit this 2021 summer, given just how he hadn't pitched with the Firebirds in a couple of years, Carlo, and he's able to do his thing, getting a lot of strikeouts with many scouts in attendance tonight.
Yeah, I think the short porch in center hurt him a couple of times. I think if we're at Eldred's, it's probably 2 outs instead of 2 home runs. But he did a really good job today. Only walked 1 guy, as you mentioned, struck out 7, and for the most part was able to work out of every jam he faced. I think when you give up a home run to Brooks Lee and Peyton Graham, 2 guys who are some of the best hitters on this YD team, that's the big mistake. Those are the 2 big mistakes. You can't be too angry at yourself, and I thought he showed a solid outing. And for the first time this season, a guy who showed, he can go a little farther than most guys.
So Michael Polk making his second appearance on the summer. He did pitch 2 scoreless frames. He did allow 2 walks and 2 strikeouts on Father's Day, the season opener on the Cape against Harwich. So about a week later, he's going to be back out on the mound, and he'll try and give the Firebirds some steady relief here as we are in the last of the 6th. Firebirds 7, Red Sox 5. Chase Luttrell from Long Beach State, left-handed hitting first baseman, will stand in. Polk wants to go over the signs again with Justin Mickness. Polk is working from the windup, and here is the first pitch. Big curveball is called a ball. Looked like it was a pretty close pitch. May have been a bit outside. Says home plate umpire James Fonseca. Ball 1. Luttrell has struck out twice today to Donovan Benoit. 1-0. And a fastball bit low and in the dirt, as a matter of fact, 2-0. So for Chase Luttrell, he's probably thinking, thank God I don't have to face Donovan Benoit for a 3rd time. I can now face a new pitcher. 2-0 from Polk. The big right-hander throws a hard fastball on the outside corner for a called strike. 2-1. It's going to be Luttrell, Baez, and Ferreras. The 4, 5, and 6 hitters for YD, and all of them are capable of hitting the long ball, that's for sure. 2-1 from Polk. Fastball just a bit low. And it's 3-1 now. Chase Luttrell was supposed to play for YD last year, back now for this 2021 summer, albeit he is a draft-eligible player. 3-1 pitch from Polk. Fastball inside, ball 4. So Luttrell will take the free pass, and that's how this 6th inning gets started. And that was the one issue with Michael Polk throughout most of the spring, was that he could strike out guys, but he had some control issues too, almost averaging a walk per inning. And they're definitely going to need those walk totals to go down if he wants to continue his success. Here's Nate Baez from Arizona State, right-handed hitter, first pitch. Baez swings and pops it foul behind home plate and behind the press box into the parking lot. 0-1 to Nate Baez. A 2-run lead for the Firebirds here in the 6th. Orleans 7, YD 5. But the tying run at the plate in Baez, who has home run power. Polk with a long pause, now a quick throw to first. Luttrell is back to first with a head-first slide. Baez, who was a second-year freshman, and he received very little playing time early on in the season after scuffling the first few weeks in the starting lineup. Mostly served as a pinch hitter and defensive replacement, and he would make occasional starts through March and April. 0-1 pitch from Polk. Breaking ball blocked in the dirt by Mickness. Runner is going to second, and the throw from Mickness is too late as it gets away from Young. Luckily, the shortstop Sprinkle backing up the throw. And so give that a stolen bag for Chase Luttrell.
And Luttrell wasn't really known for his running at Long Beach State. Only stole 4 bases in 8 attempts. He was caught stealing half the time. But just the right pitch to go on there, and he could have strolled into second base.
1 ball, 1 strike. Runner in scoring position now for YD. Here's the 1-1. Line drive into right center field. That's going to split the gap and roll to the fence. Luttrell will score from second. Nate Baez hustling into second with an RBI double. And YD has trimmed the lead in half. It's 7-6. Orleans here in the last of the 6th.
Now batting number 5, second baseman Pascal Ferreras.
Baez was just a gapper to right, does his job, and all of a sudden the go-ahead run comes to the plate, Gareth. Michael Polk still looking for that first out of the 6th inning.
Tying run at second now, and Pascal Ferreras with a chance to either tie the game with a base hit or take the lead with a big fly. He certainly can do that. Had 16 home runs in the spring for Western Carolina University. First pitch. Breaking ball blocked by Mickness, and that's a great play. And that's a big play. You have to hold Baez at second base. You did not want him to get over to third with less than 2 out. Ferreras today is 0 for 2. A couple of strikeouts swinging and then a walk back in the 6th. Jordan Sprinkle, the shortstop, holding on Baez. Here's the 1-0, and it's a hard fastball right down the pipe. Count even up at 1. A high-scoring affair here from Red Wilson Field on this Saturday night from South Yarmouth. 1-1 pitch. Ferreras now showing bunt, and he lays it, and it's going to roll foul just off to the right toward the Orleans on-deck circle, which is along the first base side. So it's a foul ball, and it's now 1-2, and now Ferreras may have to swing away here. And you can totally understand why Ferreras and manager Scott Pickler may be opting for that sacrifice bunt to get Baez over to third with 1 out. Instead, 1-2 on the way. Here it is. Breaking ball. Did Ferreras go around on the check swing? Mickness asking for help. And the field umpire, Joseph Caraco, says no swing.
Yeah, Caraco in the field, not down the line because there's a runner at second. And I think if he's down the line, that's a strikeout. That had a bad angle at it at second base.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Baez at second. He's the tying run. Orleans 7, YD 6. We're in the bottom of the 6th. A look over at second once. 2-2. Breaking ball. Another nice block by Justin Mickness in the dirt. Give credit to Ferreras here, laying off some pretty tough breaking balls. And some breaking pitches that Polk wants Ferreras to chase. If Ferreras swings, it's going to be a ground ball. Count goes full 3-2 with Cade Hunter, the left-hand hitting catcher, on deck for YD. The payoff. Popped up behind home plate. Mickness will follow, and it's going to drop foul. That one beyond and over the backstop chain link fence. And this is becoming quite the battle here between Michael Polk and Pascal Ferreras.
8th pitch of the at-bat upcoming.
Three and 2. Nobody out here for YD. Long pause. Now the full count pitch. Swing and a miss. Some country hardball from Michael Polk. He challenged him with the fastball, and Ferreras unable to make contact. That's a big first out here in the 6th for the Georgia right-hander.
Coming right at him with the challenge fastball. And now 1 away. Pretty much takes away any opportunity here for Hunter to try to bunt Baez over for the sacrifice. He'll have to swing away.
Cade Hunter now, left-handed hitting catcher from Virginia Tech. Opportunity for him to try and deliver. First pitch, fastball down low, below the knees, ball 1. Michael Polk, again this spring for Georgia, he didn't receive a ton of innings. It was just 19 1/3 in 17 appearances. Only allowed 4 earned runs all year against some stiff SEC competition. The 1-0, now Polk will fake a move over to second and force the runner on second, Baez, back to the bag. Polk was one of the first relievers off the bench for Georgia. He's a promising right-hander, and he's getting his innings this summer with Orleans here in 2021. 1-0 to Cade Hunter. The pitch. Fastball popped up. Third base side, foul ground. Tyler Locklear chasing after it. This is going to be out of play behind the grandstand bleachers. 1 ball, 1 strike now. Orleans 7, YD 6. We're in the last of the 6th as Michael Polk attempts to keep the lead down at 1. It's a big spot for both sides in this ball game. We await the 1-1 pitch. Fastball below the knees. Good spot from Polk. Mickness was trying to frame that pitch. It's 2-1. Sun's starting to peek out now here along the third base side here at Red Wilson Field. It's been mostly overcast and mostly clouds all game long up until now. 2-1. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Hunter way out in front very early, and it's 2-2. That was a slider Polk had been throwing consistently to Ferreras in the previous at-bat, but Ferreras didn't bite. He got Hunter to bite, and now Polk has a chance to put him away. It's 2-2 now. Baez at second. He represents the tying run for the Red Sox. 2-2. High fastball, too high. And now count goes full again, 3-2.
Michael Polk having to work for everything in this inning. Long at-bats and full counts.
Already 20 pitches in for Michael Polk. And this is only his 4th hitter. And he's only gone 1 out. So he has had to work. Credit these YD hitters as well. It's 3-2. A pinch hitter on deck for YD after Hunter. The 3-2. In the dirt, ball 4, not close. The second walk of the inning for Michael Polk. And looks like Drew Compton is going to serve as a pinch hitter here for YD now in place of Tyler Williams.
Pinch hitting for YD is number 25.
And pitching coach Matt Troop now for Orleans is going to call for time and jog out to the mound to have a quick conversation with Michael Polk. Big spot in the game here. You got the tying run Baez at second. He reached on an RBI double. The inning started with a walk to Luttrell. Started with a walk to Luttrell before Baez drove him in with an RBI double. He did get Ferreras to strike out, swinging, but now Hunter has reached on the 1-out walk.
Drew Compton out of Georgia Tech. Switch hitter, lefty guy. They get their power hitter out there. He had 24 extra base hits this past year with the Yellow Jackets and was terrific in the NCAA tournament. In fact, he had 6 RBIs and was 7 for 17. This is a guy who knows how to hit in big-time spots, and there's a big one in this ballgame.
Left-handed hitter with runners on second and first. Tying run at second, go-ahead run at first. The first pitch is up high from Polk for ball 1. Drew Compton. He's a switch hitter, hitting left-handed against the righty Polk, as Polk now asks for a new baseball. Hit .294 with 13 big flies and 37 runs batted in on the season for the Yellow Jackets. Knows how to come through in the clutch. Had a big home run, solo home run in the Nashville Regional against Vanderbilt to tie the game at 9 in the bottom of the 9th with 2 down on enemy territory. 1-0 from Polk is on the inside corner for a called strike as it backs up Compton off the plate. 1-1. He led Georgia Tech in home runs and slugging. But he does strike out a lot, and that's what Michael Polk needs. Compton struck out 57 times this season. Polk staring down Baez out second, now back to home. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Off-speed pitch, beautifully thrown by Polk as Compton out in front early. It's 1-2. Tanner Smith from the University of Oregon is on deck. Orleans 7, YD 6, bottom 6. Michael Polk trying to get himself out of a tough jam. Gets the sign from Mickness at the belt now. And now he'll step off the rubber. And he'll go over the looks with Jordan Sprinkle at second to make sure Baez does not get out to a comfortable secondary at second. 1-2 to Drew Compton, the rising sophomore from Georgia Tech. 1-2 in the dirt. Nice block by Justin Mickness as Baez has to scamper back to second. Boy, has Justin Mickness been a rock behind home plate today, with the exception of maybe one wild pitch that got away from him and allowed a run to score back in the bottom of the first. But since then, he has been solid and has prevented an extra 90 feet from these YD base runners. It's 2-2. Michael Polk of Orleans versus Drew Compton of YD. At the belt. The 2-2. And a breaking ball that runs inside. Looked like a slider that was too far inside. And once again, another 3-2 pitch coming to Drew Compton. Third full count. It's the third hitter in a row that Polk has led it to a full count offering. The 3-2 pitch from Polk. Compton swings, pops it up in the infield. Infield fly rule and deflect. The batter is out. A Sprinkle is going to make the catch, and he trips on the mound. Luckily, he's okay. I think if anything, you could have just let the ball drop. The batter's immediately out, instead of running the risk of falling down on the mound. And Kelly Nicholson, Orleans manager, will make the walk out to the mound, and we'll see if this is going to be a pitching change. Michael Polk is going to hand the baseball over to Kelly. And Polk is going to depart. So Michael Polk with just 2/3 of an inning. And we'll have ourselves a pitching change with runners on second and first, 2 down. Orleans 7, YD 6 here in the last of the 6th. Firebirds need one more out to get themselves out of a sticky situation. We'll be right back with our new pitcher when we return here on the Birds Broadcast Network. YD with runners on second and first with 2 down. Tying run at second, go-ahead run at first. And Orleans has a new pitcher. Michael Polk retires after getting 2 hitters out. Only 2/3 of an inning for the right-hander out of Georgia. And with Orleans holding a 1-run lead, they're going to go to the lefty Zach Morris out of Arkansas. Carlo, what should we know about Zach Morris?
Oh, first of all, we should know that Morris showed up about 48 hours ago here to the Cape. This is a guy who pitched last night against Wareham when an inning and a third, struck out 2. And a guy who hadn't really gone more than an inning for this Arkansas team, and going that extra inning yesterday looked really good. Coach Nicholson, in his post-game interview with Noah Searson, said he saw a competitive guy who's got good stuff, and he must have really liked him, because here he is today. I think this is the first time this season we've seen a guy out of the pen come and pitch on back-to-back days.
Yeah, it's not all too common that you have guys that pitch just from a day ago come back and they pitch the next day, especially with the depth that these teams have pitching-wise. And the Firebirds, they certainly have plenty of pitching depth, and they certainly have their schedule of players and guys on certain days where they want them to pitch. But Zach Morris back out on the hill, and he's going to face a left-handed hitting Tanner Smith from the University of Oregon. The first pitch hits Smith. Oh, man. He got him, and I think it just nicked him on the uniform along the chest. And so there goes the opportunity to get the favorable matchup. An unfortunate turn for Morris on the very first pitch of his outing. The bases are now loaded for Peyton Graham.
Morris didn't hit a batter in his COVID season, in 2020, and this past year.
So how about that? Morris now versus the right-handed hitting Peyton Graham. First pitch, breaking ball, outside corner, a called strike. And this would be quite the gut check for Zach Morris. You come in getting ready to face the lefty, and on the very first pitch, you hit the guy across the leathers, skimming the jersey, and now he has to face the right-handed hitter, Peyton Graham, who has a lot of power. He hit a home run back in the 5th. 0-1. Fastball right down the middle, and I'm not sure what Graham was looking for, but he clearly was not looking for a fastball, as it's 0-2 now. Baez at third, Hunter at second, Smith at first. Zach Morris trying to get out of the inning for Orleans, holding a 1-run lead. 0-2. Fastball very high and outside. McNiss out of his crouch to secure that one from going to the chain link fence. 1-2. Tying run at third. Go ahead run at second. YD with a chance to retake the lead. Morris with a long pause. 1-2. Graham rolls it over to second. Jace Young has it chest high. Throws to first, a low throw. Marcano, his foot stays on the base, and that will retire the side. Orleans with a gut check there. Michael Polk and Zach Morris coming on in to hold the damage at just 1 run. An RBI double by Nate Baez, but YD, they strand 3 runners. They strand the bases loaded, and the Firebirds will hold a 7-6 lead as we head to the 7th. Carlo Jimenez will have the play-by-play the rest of the way. Orleans 7, YD 6 here on the Birds Broadcast Network when we come back from Red Wilson Field.
Welcome back to Merrill Red Wilson Field, top of the 7th inning, where the Orleans Firebirds hanging on to a 1-run lead over the YD Red Sox. Jarrett Goodman remains on the mound. Orleans threw 6 innings yesterday, did not have a hit. Through 6 innings today, 10 hits, 7 runs. The offense has come alive as it starts with the lefty Jace Young. First pitch to Young off the outside. And the count 1 ball and no strikes. 1 run in the bottom of the 6th to cut the lead in half by YD. 1-0, swinging a ground ball, sharply hit right towards the second baseman Ferreras. He stumbles with it for a second, picks it up with a bare hand off the dirt, and slings to first. Young retired. He's 1 for 4 today. And up comes Tyler Locklear, the man with the biggest hit of the afternoon for the Firebirds. A grand slam into right. Kind of a play, Gareth, I think, pulled the monkey off the bat. For a while coming into this year, talked about how much power is in this lineup, and we hadn't really seen it on display. It was a huge hit by the right-hander Locklear. Opening offering, he swings and grounds one foul.
Oh, it certainly was. I mean, we've been waiting for the long ball all week long. Hadn't come until just now. Tyler Locklear with an opposite field home run.
No balls and 1 strike to Locklear. 0-1. Misses inside. And the count 1 ball, 1 strike.
Defensive changes for YD. There was plenty of them while I was searching. But Peyton Graham now in center field. Wyatt Hoffman coming into the game now. He plays second, and Ferreras now moves to third.
1-1. Misses low. And the count 2 balls and a strike. Polk struck out swinging in the 2nd and 3rd before his grand slam. Orleans 7, YD 6, top 7. 1 out, base is empty. 2-1. Downstairs. The count 3 balls and a strike to Tyler Locklear. Goodman coming in the 6th after Pat Gallagher went 5. Firebirds got 2 singles off Goodman in the 6th inning, but they did not score. He sets. 3-1. Locklear fouls one off his left foot. And the count 3 balls, 2 strikes. Full count to Tyler Locklear. First of 2 in a row against the YD Red Sox. Will be at Eldridge tomorrow. 5:30 start for that one on Sunday. All right, now the Firebirds are going to get back above 500. Currently leading by a singleton. 3-2 to the plate. Locklear swings and skies one down the right field line and into foul territory. Got 4 or 5 little kids go and converge. Somebody looking for a baseball to take home and put on their dresser. And the count remains at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Locklear looks on. Waves the bat behind the helmet, gnawing on some gum. 3-2, and he swings and slaps one foul. Again down the left field line towards the bleachers. And we'll try it again, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Lotter on deck. As the big right-hander from VCU eyes Goodman in what has become a battle. 3-2 again. And how about another foul? Seventh pitch of the at-bat upcoming. To Tyler Locklear. Wind blowing strong to the pull side, out and left. Orleans 7, YD 6, 3-2. Swinging a fly ball that way. Down the left field line. It's headed for the corner. Locklear around first, on his way to second. Left fielder Smith tracks it down as Locklear strolls into second base with a double. Tyler Locklear with another extra base hit and a runner in scoring position for Chase DeLauder.
Tyler Locklear had come into this game with just 2 hits in 10 at-bats. Already he's got a pair of hits today, and they've both been extra base hits. The grand slam that we've talked about, and now you have a nice double into the left field corner. Sets up Chase DeLauder here with 1 out.
Left-hander DeLauder, a single today. He's 1 for 3. Locklear in scoring position. Orleans trying to add some cushion to the 1-run lead. And the top of the 7th. First pitch to DeLauder. And he takes the ball downstairs. Good layoff by Chase. And they count 1 ball, no strikes. 7 runs, 11 hits, no errors for the visiting Orleans Firebirds. 6 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors for the YD Red Sox. YD has lost their last 2. Orleans coming off a loss against Wareham in which they couldn't find the offense. Today it's been a different story. Godwin's 1-0. And Chase swings and fouls one straight back towards the tree right behind the fence. And the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Scott Pickler, the manager for YD, has dominated Kelly Nicholson. Those two has been a storied rivalry and really kind of one-sided. 1-1. And Thalatter swings and fouls one back. In fact, Pickler is one of 2 current managers with a winning record against Nicholson. And in Kelly's 12 playoff appearances with Orleans, he's been bounced by Scott Pickler 7 times. So you know this one means just a little bit more. A ball and 2 strikes to Thalatter. Locklear leads at second the pitch. Swinging a hard hit ball towards second. Second baseman Hoffman to his right. He gloves it from deep in the dirt, goes to first. On to third goes Tyler Locklear as he moves 90 feet closer on the ground out. And with 2 outs and a runner 90 feet away, it will be Jared McKenzie. McKenzie singled and scored back in the 3rd inning. 1 for 3 today. 2 outs, top of the 7th. Orleans 7, YD Red Sox 6th. High scoring action at Red Wilson. First pitch, low to the left-hander McKenzie. And the count, 1 ball, no strikes. Cloud cover all around. Sun peeked out for a little bit back in the 5th inning, but quickly disappeared. 1-0. Strike at the knees. Count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Flag is quiet in left. As Jared McKenzie out of the 7th spot tries to bring Tyler Locklear home from 3rd and give the Firebirds some breathing room, leading by a run. 1-1. Misses inside. And the count, 2 balls and a strike. Locklear adjusts his sleeves under that HDMH vest provided by Marcus Stroman. Firebirds, the only team on the Cape, outfitted by the former pitcher for Orleans. 2-1. Swinging a loop shot in behind second base. Second baseman Lee moving back, and he'll make the catch. That will do it for the top of the 7th. The double by Locklear, he's left stranded. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Let's stretch here at Red Wilson. Orleans by a run midway through 7. Welcome back to Red Wilson Field here in Yarmouth, Dennis. Carlo Jimenez alongside my partner Gareth Kwok. Bottom of the 7th inning. And it's the Orleans Firebirds 7 over the YD Red Sox, who have 6 on the board. So everybody who comes to the plate for YD will be a tying run, and they'll face Zach Morris, big lefty out of Arkansas, still on the mound after getting that final out of the 6th. She'll face the 2, 3, 4 spots for YD. Briley Knight, Brooks Lee, Chase Luttrell. A dangerous group of hitters in the bottom of the 7th. And Morris looking for a clean inning to hang on to the 1-run lead. Wind has picked up a ton, Gareth, blowing out to left. A flagpole starting to shake as the trees that are all across the outfield picturesque Merrill Red Wilson Field. It's overcast, but it's still pretty.
Oh, it sure is. And it's honestly the breeze, it's been nice given the muggy conditions.
Lefty Briley Knight looks on, opening offering. Puts the bunt down, pulls it back, takes a strike. And the count, no balls and 1 strike to Knight. Knight walked and scored in the 3rd. He's grounded out to Jace Young at 2nd twice. Morris looks on, exhales. 0-1 to the plate. Way upstairs. McNiss comes out of his squat to stab that one. And the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Briley Knight at the University of Portland was at the University of Utah, playing in the Pac-12 before transferring to Portland this past year. Hit .247 for UOP, 6 home runs. 1-1. And he misses with the bunt attempt and takes strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Knight, a Northwest local, grew up in Corvallis, Oregon. I recognize that. That's where the Oregon State Beavers play. 1-2 to Knight. Upstairs. Briley lays off. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Orleans 7, YD 6. Bottom of the 7th inning at Red Wilson. And Zach Morris coming off the plane just 48 hours ago. And for the 2nd time already this season, into the ball game. 2-2. Swinging a ground ball towards Jace Young. Waits for it to his right, gloves it, and fires to first for the out. 3rd time today that Briley Knight has knocked one towards Jace. And there's 1 away in the bottom of the 7th. So up comes Brooks Lee. His 3-run home run back in the 3rd. A big one for this Red Sox team within a run. Brooks came into this ball game 7 for 19, but no RBIs, no runs scored. All his hits had kind of come in meaningless situations before that one. 1 out, bases empty. First pitch to the righty, and he waves at a breaking ball. And the count, no balls, 1 strike. Lee, when you add up his summer leagues in the Northwoods and the West Coast League, plus his 2 collegiate season, since joining the collegiate level, he's a .340 career hitter. Just ridiculous. 0-1 off the outside. And the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Switch hitter batting from the right side for the first time. Says he has more feel for hitting from the right side and has more power from the left side. Hit the home run when he was hitting from the left side. Morris, 1-1. And he swings and taps one foul back to the screen. And the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bottom 7 at Red Wilson Field. Orleans 7, YD Red Sox 6. First of 2 in a row against this YD team. We'll see them at 5:30 tomorrow at Eldridge. Morris looks on, jersey waving in the wind, 1-2. Upstairs. Count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes. A YD pitching staff that has surrendered 30 runs in their last 3 games. We're not done with this one yet. But today the offense has also come. They're only down a run. 2-2. Misses low. Count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Brooks Lee.
Morris is going to have to challenge Lee here. Don't want to give up the tying run to the plate because given all this power in this YD lineup, 1 swing, if there's a runner on, Red Sox are taking the lead, so you might have to challenge here.
The 3-2 on its way to the plate. Swinging a line drive into center field. Coming in the center fielder, Cox, and he takes it on a hop, blocking it with his body to keep it in front of him. Brooks Lee takes the challenge fastball, sends it into center field. And the tying run on the base pass. Up comes the cleanup man, Chase Luttrell, with 1 on and 1 out.
That's what a top shortstop in the country is going to do. He works the count full, knows that Morris has to come in, and he's going to hunt fastball. That's exactly what Lee does, and he just takes it right back up where it came from. And now the go-ahead run at the plate for YD.
Latrell, left-handed batter, first pitch. He swings and grounds one up the middle. Shortstop Sprinkle takes it, underhand flips to Young at second, turn to first in plenty of time. 2 for 1, 6-4-3, and that does it for the bottom of the 7th. Orleans still up a run, leading 7-6 at Red Wilson Field. We'll take a break and come right back. Top of the 8th upcoming here on your Orleans Firebirds Radio Network.
Let's take you around the Cape with our Around the Cape score update. Cotuit versus Brewster from Stony Brook Field in Brewster. Whitecaps with a 2-0 lead. They're in the last of the 7th. Harwich against Falmouth from Arnie Allen Diamond in Falmouth. Mariners with a 7-2 lead over the Commodores. They're in the top of the 4th. Meanwhile, Wareham taking on Bourne from Doran Park in Bourne. Wareham 1, Bourne 1. They're in the tie in the last of the 4th. And then just getting things started in Veterans Field in Chatham is Hyannis against Chatham, and it's a scoreless ball game heading into the bottom of the 1st.
Cotuit scores a big surprise, Garrett. They put up 16 runs yesterday in bottom 7, and they don't have a run on the board.
And that's certainly a bit of a surprise. That Brewster pitching staff did a nice job a couple days ago against Chatham, but we'll have to see. Bourne, of course, has been kind of the pleasant surprise along the Cape. They've been undefeated so far this week. They've had themselves a real strong start to the summer. And so can they keep that success going against a Wareham team that we saw yesterday? And Wareham certainly has a lot of power. So that should be fun to follow. But now Orleans, they got a ball game to close out here as we are in the top of the 8th.
Godwin still on the mound. Orleans leading the YD Red Sox 7-6. And Julio Marcano, the right-handed batter, will lead things off. Marcano singled and struck out twice. First pitch misses inside, and the count 1 ball, no strikes. Julio 1 for 11 on the season, 1-0. Off the outside, and the count 2 balls and no strikes. The Marcano, McNiss, and Sprinkle in the top of the 8th. If you're the Firebirds, you love some insurance runs, especially in a smaller ballpark. 2-0. Strike at the top of the zone, and the count 2 balls and a strike to Marcano, who does not agree. Godwin, 2-1. Low. And 3 balls and a strike to Marcano, leading off this top of the 8th. Big hit of the ball game for Orleans, a grand slam by Tyler Locklear in the 5th. A reason they are up by 1. 3-1 downstairs, and Julio Marcano takes a leadoff walk to open up the top of the 8th. So Marcano starts things off on the right foot, and up comes Justin McNiss. McNiss laid down a sacrifice bunt back in the 2nd, and it was a nice one. Would not be surprised, Garrett, with a 1-run lead if he tries another sac bunt to move the speedster Marcano over. First pitch, he puts the bunt down, bunts it foul down the third base line. And the count, no balls and 1 strike. Starting to get the hang of this Kelly Nicholson offense.
I was just about to say, you read Kelly Nicholson's mind there with the sac bunt attempt.
So everybody gets their cardio in, and they'll have to jog back. As Marcano goes back to first, and McNiss comes back to the plate. Top 8, Orleans 7, YD Red Sox 6. Nobody out, 1 on. Firebirds looking for a bounce-back win after a loss to Wareham last night. 0-1, another bunt attempt. This one popped up, back towards the pitcher. It lands fair down the first base line. Picking up with the bare hand is Godwin, and he goes to first. I'm sure that's not how Justin McNiss wanted it to go, but the result is what he wanted. Marcano on to second with 1 out for the leadoff hitter, Jordan Sprinkle.
That ball went straight up toward the first base line, but luckily for Godwin, he's not able to make the catch, or else they could have had a double play, although Marcano did a nice job to stay back and make sure that ball got down or whether it got caught. But either way, it's exactly what Orleans needs here in the 8th.
First pitch to Marcano. He bunts right back towards the pitcher, Godwin. With the bare hand, the throw to first in time. On to third goes Marcano. But Sprinkle, I think, wanted to get a board there, not just move the runner over. And with 2 outs, it's up to Ryland Thomas to try to add the Trojan 1-run lead. Firebirds 1-run lead, excuse me.
Yeah, I think Jordan Sprinkle is trying to bunt for a hit there. As you mentioned, Carlo, I don't think he had the intention at all of sacrifice bunting Marcano the third with 2 down.
Thomas, 3 hits today. First pitch. He shows bunt, pulls it back, and takes a ball. Marcano's got great speed, but a sacrifice squeeze with 2 outs? Not sure about that. 1-0. And the count, 2 balls and no strikes.
Big opportunity for Ryland, who's had himself quite a game. He's had 3 hits, all singles. He's going to put the ball in play. He's got good speed.
Godman, 2-0. At the knees for a strike. And the count, 2 balls and 1 strike to Thomas. Thomas so far this season, if you include today, 7 for 13. It's been terrific. Left-handed batter eyes Godman, 2-1. And he swings and chops one over towards second. Second baseman Hoffman to his right, throws across his body to first, beats Thomas by a step. And that will do it. Marcano gets a board on the walk.
And we'll go to the bottom of the 8th. Orleans 7, YD 6. We'll come back here on the Birds Broadcast Network.
Carlo Jimenez alongside Gareth Kwok. Thanks, Gareth, for saving me at the back half of the 7th inning. Sometimes it goes down the wrong pipe. You can't control it.
Yep, that's what I'm here for.
New pitcher on the mound for Orleans. It's Orion Kirkering, the right-hander, activated just a couple of days ago. Gareth, what can you tell us about Orion? First time Orleans fans are getting a look at him.
Yeah, Orion coming on in, the rising sophomore from the University of South Florida, 6'2", 204-pound right-hander from Venice, Florida. He's a temporary player on the roster, but he was a top reliever out of the bullpen for the Bulls this season. 25 appearances. He went 5-3 with a 2.88 ERA. He also had 5 saves, 50 innings pitched, 62 strikeouts over 35 walks. He led the Bulls in saves with 5. And what you're going to see from Kirkering out on the mound today, he's going to have a mid to high 90s fastball. They'll sit around 92, 96, and then he does have a hard slider as well. So he's basically a 2-pitch guy, and he's going to face the heart of the order here. I wouldn't say the heart of the order, but the 5, 6, and 7 hitters for YD.
So the right-handed batter, Nathan Baez, looks on. First pitch, strike at the knees. The count, no balls and 1 strike to the sophomore out of Arizona State. Baez with an RBI double back in the 6th to make it a 1-run game. That was the last run of this ball game. 0-1 on the inside for a strike. And the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Kirkering loves to pound the outside of the zone. Guys likes to make guys reach for balls. Eyes in, gets the signs from Mickness. 0-2. Swing and a miss. 3 pitches and a strikeout. That's a good way to start your season. And there's 1 away in the bottom of the 8th.
That's that fastball that we talked about a little bit earlier. He likes to get ahead with that fastball. He likes to pound the outer part of the zone with the fastball. And when you have a fastball that can sit around mid-90s consistently, it's tough to hit.
So Ferreras in, right-handed batter, 0-1, and he waves. The count, no balls, 1 strike. Kirkering has some of the highest velo on this Orleans Firebirds staff. 0-1. Strike on the inside, and boy, is he throwing gas right now. No balls, 2 strikes. And he's working quick. I don't know what it is about guys who just get off the plane, show up, and pitch well, but Zach Morris and Orion Kirkering doing great. 0-2. Swinging a ball tapped just foul down the third base line. Almost back-to-back strikeouts. And the count, no balls, 2 strikes. Orleans 7, YD 6, bases empty, 1 out. Bottom of the 8th inning. Firebirds hanging on by a run. Pascal Ferreras has struck out swinging in all 3 of his at-bats today. 0-2. Oh, and he lines one right into the dugout of YD. Look out. Thankfully, everyone ducked in time. Good reaction time by the Red Sox.
Yeah, there's only a low railing there, and they're standing up on top, so that's dangerous.
0-2. Swing and a miss. Ball gets in the dirt. Mickness is there. He'll throw to first. And Orion Kirkering, back-to-back swinging strikeouts to open up his Orleans Firebirds career. And now Pasquinelli for Ferreras is struck out 4 times today.
It's the golden sombrero.
Cade Hunter, the lefty into the box with 2 outs and the bases empty. Orleans 7. YD 6, first pitch. He swings and taps 1 foul. Down the right field line, and the count, no balls, 1 strike. 11 hits for this Orleans offense. That was no hit through 6 yesterday. I think this is what people expected coming into this year. 0-1. Misses away. First ball of the inning here with 2 outs for Orion. And you look on paper, some of the more talented hitters across the Cape, and the offense coming alive. 1-1. Low. And the count, 2 balls and a strike to Cade Hunter. Hunter walked in the 4th and singled. He is 1 for 2. 2-1 to the plate. Swinging a high fly ball into left center field. Cox coming in, and it drops in no man's land. Stopping at first is Hunter with a bloop single to left center. And the bottom of the 8th continues. Tying run aboard, and up comes Wyatt Hoffman.
Yeah, that looked like a broken bat looper in the shallow left center field. Cox was sort of playing deep out in center. He had a long run, unable to make the catch.
So the righty Hoffman takes a first pitch strike. Wyatt Hoffman, son of Hall of Famer Trevor Hoffman. And Trevor Hoffman played for YD manager Scott Pickler in his time at Cypress College. 0-1. And he swings and pops one up on the infield. First baseman Marcano moves in to the right of the mound. He makes the catch and retires Wyatt Hoffman. That will do it for the bottom of the 8th. Orleans with 3 outs left to try to add to the 1-run lead. It's 7-6. Orleans over YD on your Orleans Firebirds radio network. Welcome back to Red Wilson Field. Top of the ninth upcoming. And for the Firebirds, it will be Cox, Young, Locklear. Try to add to the one-run lead over the YD Red Sox. Orleans 7, YD 6. Staying out there, Jarrett Godman for the Red Sox. Second straight game, Gareth. We've seen an opposing team really just use 2 pitchers.
Yeah, yesterday Wareham had 3 guys. They had 2 guys go 4 innings each, and then Devereaux Harrison came in to close it out. Now it looks like Gallagher, the starter, went 5, and Jarrett Godman's going to try and finish it off with 4 innings, and he's been actually really good since coming on in the 6th.
Oh, face the righty, Connor Cox. First pitch, upstairs. Count 1 ball and no strikes to Cox. Cox has reached on an error twice, in the 3rd and the 5th. He's 0 for 4. Waves the bat at the belt. 1-0. Straight. Ball low. And the count, 2 balls, no strikes. 3 in the 3rd, 4 in the 7th. For Orleans, they lead 7-6. Red Sox with a run in the 1st, 3 in the 3rd, and 1 in the 5th and the 6th. 2-0. Swing and a miss. There's a strike. The count, 2 balls and 1 strike. Wind's starting to pick up out to the left. The sun's behind the clouds, so it's kind of felt like time hasn't changed out here, Garrett. It's been gloomy since 5.
It's looked real gloomy now.
2-1. Cox swings and grounds one. Slow roller down the first base line. First baseman Luttrell is there. Underhand flips to Godman. And there's 1 away.
Yeah, we had that little maybe half inning or so where the sun peeked out, and it was really nice. It peeked out along the third base line, but now the clouds have covered the sun again, and the sun now beginning to set here at Red Wilson Field.
So Jace Young, who's 1 for 4, left-handed batter, looks on with the bases empty. Top 9. First pitch. He takes a strike. And the count, no balls and 1 strike. Orleans 7, YD 6. First of 2 in a row against the Red Sox. Firebirds trying to take game 1 of the split. 0-1. Young swings and drives one. In the field of play, into right. Right fielder Knight coming in and makes the catch. And quickly 2 out. Well, Jarrett Godman, this has got to be a bright spot for YD. He has been terrific, as you mentioned, Gareth, since coming in that 6th inning. He gave up 2 hits in the 6th, 1 in the 7th, and has retired 7 in a row. Now we'll face the righty Tyler Locklear with nobody on and 2 away. Pitch. Locklear fouls one straight back over the top of the press box, nails a tree. Count, no balls, 1 strike.
Assistant coach Jay Banfield was talking to us pregame. He had Tyler Locklear. He made a little friendly bet. He thought Locklear was going to hit 2 home runs. He's got one more opportunity to do so right here.
Is Jay right? 0-1. Swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes. Last night, not to toot my own horn, but I said 2 steals, and Jordan Sprinkle got me those 2 steals. So I appreciate you, Jordan.
I'm going to toot my own horn a little bit here, but I said Locklear was going to hit a solo home run. Not 2, though, but we'll see. Of course, it wouldn't hurt.
We're all good guessers. 0-2. Upstairs. And the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And I think, when center field's 352, a home run, it's a good bet.
To be fair, Locklear did have a really impressive BP. He was hitting it way out to center field. That's why I thought he was going to hit a home run. He's already got 1. Can he hit another?
1-2. And he swings and misses and strikes out. Orleans goes in order. Jarrett Godman, terrific, retires 9 in a row to finish his outing. We'll head to the bottom of the 9th. Can the Orleans Firebirds get out of here with a win? It will be up to Orion Kirkering. Bottom of the 9th upcoming on your Orleans Firebirds radio network. Welcome back to Red Wilson Field. Carlo Jimenez alongside Gareth Kwok. Bottom of the ninth. The Firebirds leading by a singleton, up 7-6 over the YD Red Sox, and they need 3 more outs. For those of you listening at home, new rules this year in the Cape League means a tie, and there's no 10 innings. So this is it. 3 chances, either the Red Sox tie or they get 2 runs. Orion Kirkering, first pitch, off the outside. The count 1 ball, no strikes. Orion coming in the 8th, struck out the first 2 batters he saw. Gave up 1 hit, 1 out. Nicholson leaving him in there. Ball misses high, 2 balls, no strikes. Wind picking up to left. Tanner Smith, the lefty, looks on, 2-0. Swinging a foul straight back, 2 balls and 1 strike. Kirkering was played for University of South Florida, a team that went to a super regional. The winners of the Gainesville Regional, as the 2-1 misses away. They count 3 balls and a strike. Orion part of a team that ended a 26-year drought of not winning a regional. And in fact, that USF team was picked by their own conference to finish last, 3-1. And ball 4 off the outside. The tying run is aboard. So at first now leads Tanner Smith, and it's the leadoff man, Peyton Graham. In the bottom of the ninth.
You got Brooks Lee lurking as well, too. Do not want to have to face him. If Kirkering can get a double play ball here, that would be perfect for Orleans.
Good speed on the base paths with Graham and Peyton. First pitch upstairs, way high. Count 1 ball, no strike. So it need to be a hard hit ball and a well-turned play. Bottom 9. Final chance for the YD Red Sox, and the tying run is on the base paths. 1-0. And that gets him. And Graham will jog down to first, and now the tying and game-winning runs are aboard.
Tried to get that slider on the inside part of the plate, and I think it just slipped out of his hand, whatever you want to call it, because it definitely got Graham. Second time he's been hit today in on the hands. And pitching coach Matt Troop can have a quick conversation here to try and calm down Kirkering with the go-ahead runs on base here now, Carlo.
Yeah, and up is Briley Knight, who's very confident in his bunting abilities. We saw him try to bunt himself on twice in his last at-bat to lead off the 7th. So this is a guy who believes he's a good bunter, and I imagine with Brooks Lee on deck, Briley's job is going to be to move these 2 runners over. Tanner Smith at second, Graham at first. Orleans 7, YD 6, bottom of the 9th. Can the Firebirds get out of YD with a win? Or will the Red Sox make a bottom of the 9th comeback? First pitch tonight, he bunts, and it's foul back to the chain link fence. Count no balls and 1 strike. Good part about Orion, he's got a 96-mile-an-hour fastball that he can bring towards the bunting Knight. And look for a carom that is favorable for the Firebirds. 2 on, nobody out, bottom 9. Briley shows bunt, 0-1, misses high. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And it's starting to get darker and darker by the minute, so definitely getting a little bit tough to see the ball, not going to lie.
One. Knight bunts it. It's a good one. Down the third baseline. The catcher, Mickness, throws to first. And they got him. Mickness does a nice job behind the plate, moving down the left field line. But Briley Knight does his job as he moves both runners over. And the tying and go-ahead runs are in scoring position with 1 out in the bottom of the 9th.
And Kelly Nicholson pointed to Brooks Lee and just said, we'll give him first. They're going to intentionally walk him, which is absolutely the right move here in this situation.
Brooks Lee out of Cal Poly, a highly recruited prospect, currently ranked number 2 by Perfect Game in terms of collegiate prospects in his class. A .340 career hitter. I think that's the right move.
No, absolutely. Now you have a force play. You can go for the double play ball to second. Corners are going to play in here for Orleans.
Lefty Luttrell opening offering off the outside. Kirkring off the plane not too long ago, and here in a high-pressure situation. Sun setting, there's no lights at Red Wilson. Can the Firebirds end this ball game on top before it gets too dark? 1-0. Swinging a foul straight back, and they count 1 ball, 1 strike. At third, Graham. At second, Smith. Scratch that. Switch those. Graham at second, Smith at third. Kirkring eyes Luttrell. Runner at first is Brooks Lee. 1-1. Misses off the outside. 2 balls and a strike.
You can hear the fans telling Orion Kirkring to hurry up, pitch the ball. We're losing daylight by the minute. No lights here at Red Wilson Field.
Everybody on edge here at YD. 2-1. Swinging a high fly ball into center. Connor Cox, the center fielder, waiting for it in front of the track. He reaches up and makes the catch. Tagging from third is Smith. The throw into third. Holds the runner at second. The tying run comes across. And we will at least have a tie here at Red Wilson. A sacrifice fly to center field by Chase Luttrell evens the game up at 7. Go-ahead runners at second, and it's all up to Nathan Baez with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th.
Yeah, that ball hit deep enough where the throw home was not going to make much sense. Try and get that, hold the runner from second to going to third. Smart play by Cox.
Especially with this backstop. First pitch. Swinging a ground ball to third. Charging Locklear on the bare hand. Throw across the mound. Tills Marcano off the bag. He loses the baseball. Coming from third. In to score is Peyton Graham, and YD walks it off. Locklear's throw from third was wide. Marcano trying to apply the tag. The ball popped out of his glove. And coming home on the play was Graham, and that will do it.
Kelly Nicholson is going to have a word with the home plate umpire. He wants them to converge and have a conversation because he thinks that tag was applied.
So Scott Pickler and Kelly Nicholson, their first matchup of 2021, and it goes to Pickler. After 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th, the final one coming on what looked like the final out that was going to send us to a tie. And that will do it.
Umpires are walking off. And Kelly throws the helmet in the direction of the umpires. And that's going to do it, unfortunately. And I think that is the correct call. Marcano had the ball for a split second, but running straight through was Baez, and he lost it. And it allows the runner Graham to score, and that is just a real heartbreaker for Orleans to lose today.
Final score from YD. The Red Sox steal a game here at home. They win 8-7 over the Orleans Firebirds as a throwing error at the end of the game by Tyler Locklear, a tag applied by Marcano, and coming home is Peyton Graham to walk it off. For Carlo Jimenez and Gareth Kwok, we will keep it here. Noah Searson, our sideline reporter, is going to try to get an interview. Gareth, that's one where if you're Orleans, I mean, that stings.
That one really stings, and Locklear, that would have been a fantastic play to make the game-ending out. Barehanded play. I thought for a second I didn't think Locklear was going to make it, and he almost did. The throw, it wasn't a bad throw. It was actually perfect for Marcano to get the ball, and then he could tag out the runner, but just unfortunately, they both met right at about the same point, Marcano and the hitter Baez. And Marcano lost the ball. I know what Kelly Nicholson was trying to argue there, that Marcano had control, but I don't think Marcano had control for long enough before Baez dislodged the ball from Marcano's glove. So it's a tough way for Orleans to go down. YD with the walk-off win, and for Orleans, it's a tough pill to swallow as they go 2-3 on the year.
Yeah, that one hurts. Good thing for the Firebirds, though, they'll have a chance tomorrow against the same team. We're in the same uniforms. at Eldridge Park. Noah Searson still looking for a post-game interview. 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th. For those of us who at home, Gareth, you can't see the play, but how long does Marcano have to have the baseball? Because if the contact forces it out, is he still considered not out?
I mean, I think the discussion that Kelly Nicholson maybe was trying to say was that it was off the exchange, that Marcano had it, maybe trying to exchange it out, or maybe that there was some interference, that Baez was inside the baseline and therefore impeded Marcano trying to field the ball. Definitely an argument could be made there, but I just don't think that it ultimately planned out the way Orleans had wanted to, of course, and it's a tough one, that's for sure. And I think that was just sort of a last. You're of course going to argue and try and get yourself a conversation with the umpires to try and get a second discussion. But again, just a tough play. It would have been a fantastic play by Locklear. Just the throw got a little bit away from him. Marcano unable to secure the tag as the ball gets away, and it's definitely a tough one on this Saturday. But as you said, Carlo, they're right back at it tomorrow, and it should be a fun one at Eldridge for the Firebirds to get some revenge.
Yeah, we had heard of the Scott Pickler curse. I don't know if I believed it, but now I do. That is just an unreal way to lose a ball game. When you talk about a 9th inning with a walk, then a hit by pitch, then a sacrifice bunt by Bradley Knight, moves the runners over, and Brooks Lee intentionally walked Latrell, sacrifice fly to center. Nice play by Locklear. You mentioned it, Garrett. That looked like a easy, sure out. It should be noted Julio Marcano is not a traditional first baseman. He usually plays up the middle for NJIT. Now we are going to see if Noah Searson can get somebody. We'll come back if he does, but for now we'll step aside here on your Orleans Firebirds Broadcast Network. YD 8, Orleans 7, final score here at Red Wilson. Noah Searson with Tyler Locklear coming over to join us. Very nice of Tyler after hitting that grand slam back in the 5th. That looked like it was going to be enough. Unfortunately, YD comes up with a win. Let's go to Noah Searson when we have a chance here with Tyler Locklear.
All right, yeah, thanks, Carlos. So Tyler, just to start off before we get to the ending of that game, you finally kind of, we saw and realized the power you have. Big grand slam in this one. How did it feel to kind of get off the schneid? Because we've seen you hit some really hard balls, and we saw your play at VCU, how great that you can be. How did it feel to hit that grand slam?
It felt good, just trying to get a pitch I can drive. Coach Jay told me in the dugout, he just said, be yourself, don't do too much. So got a pitch I could handle and didn't do too much with it, and then went over the fence.
Well, and that was kind of a story for the entire team, too. The batting average not so hot coming into the game, but 11 hits tonight. When you were in the dugout and kind of just the vibe all around, did it feel infectious once, the first 1-2 hits got on the board, that, it seemed like everybody was grabbing a couple hits?
Of course, hitting's contagious. All these guys on our team can hit. They're not here for no reason, and then we just had to figure it out, and today was the day, and we found barrels.
Yeah, and, you took that lead into the 9th inning. Tough play to end. You made a great play to barehand it, get a throw over to Julio, but in the transition, ball falls apart. YD ends up winning this one. Can you take me what you thought going through that final play?
That last one, good runner, just had to get rid of it, kind of trying to get the final out, and then just ended up not happening.
And finally, obviously a disappointing result, but there's still a lot of great things to take away, especially on the offensive side. How do you kind of translate that tomorrow when you got same team, you get to play at home and try to get the offense rolling early?
You just try and keep it going, Bats are hot. Hopefully they stay hot, and it's a long season, so we've been known to bounce back, so hopefully we do it tomorrow.
All right, another game against YD tomorrow. That was Tyler Locklear. Tyler, thank you for your time today. Safe travels back to Orleans. Guys, back to you.
Appreciate it, Noah. A great post-game interview as always, and hopefully ones with smiles tomorrow when we take on YD. For Carlo Jimenez and Gareth Kwok, saying so long from Rail Red Wilson Field. Final score, YD walks it off. They win 8-7 over the Orleans Firebirds.